Okay. I should be live. You'd be sleepy. I hope you guys know that I wake up literally like right before the stream starts. And then I scramble and go do everything. Vampiric rights? And then we got mana. Sacrifice this token. Strange. When... So this makes a food token? What is this? Sacrifice this token, sack this token, add 1 mana of any color. So this makes treasures. When this creature enters or dies, create a treasure token. So enters or dies makes a treasure. You seeing Mystery Booster 3 commanders? Ooh, actually I have not. Enters or dies makes a treasure. I feel like a moron. But let's look at these Mystery Booster 2 commanders. Hang on. Are they a Mythic spoiler, Magic spoiler, Christian? There's like 50 Exile slop commanders? Holy shit. Was there leakages or was it like official spoils? They're on Reddit, sure. Sigh, I guess I'll open that place. Magic TCG. Sure, let's go. I'm not sponsored by WotC yet. Let's look at them. Fuck it. Disclaimer, these are leaks. They might not be real. Top. That's Meandering Tower Shell. That's been a card forever. Ben Bateman. Arzakon! White, blue, black, red, green. Does 3 damage to any other target. Create a Black Lotus token. Each player shuffles their hand and graveyard into their life. Okay, so it does Time Twister, does Black Lotus, does Lightning Bolt. This is cute. I like this card. That's fun. Saluma, Light of Aeson. Can have angel cards of any color identity and any basic land cards. Yes! Oh my god, finally. Thank God. When Selena deals combat damage, she'll play return target Adri from your graveyard to the battlefield. Oh, splendiferific, man. Fuck yes. Finally, I can run all my angels together. This is the only creature type slop that I want. This is the only creature type slop that I'm like, yes, please. I want an angel deck. All right, Ashiya's Enduring Bond. Yeah, no, I'm super excited. I get to run Avacyn. I get to run Liesa. I get to run, like, all these stupid fucking angels together in one deck. Sort by new, best way to see it all. Okay. I was sorting by top. But if we're enemies of tops here, that's okay, too. The Unluckiest Planeswalker. Oh, we got a card. That's cute. Official spoiler. Yeah, right, dog. Any deck with the commander can have aura cards of any color and any basic land cards. So you can put all the curses in it. Add 1 mana of any color. When you spend this mana to cast an aura spell this turn, create a 1/1 red gremlin. Discard your hand, then draw cards equal to twice the number of auras you control. That's really strong. For each aura attached to you, attach it to an opponent of your choice. Okay, so you enchant yourself with curses, you give them away. I see. What's in this? This is Mystery Booster 3 Commander. The Muck Slinger Gang. Goblin Lizard Beast. 1 black, red, green. Each other creature you control gets +3/+3 as long as it's not attacking or blocking. Creature spells you control and other cards you own in any zone other than the battlefield or the stack get +3/+3. Whoa! That's a cool mechanic. So anything that's not attacking or blocking is +3/+3. You can so creature cards in your hand and on the stack. So like if you have something that says if you cast a creature spell with power 5 or greater, then this would count it if it's like a 2-drop even. Oh, that's cool. Massimo, the magician. Oh, he's cute. I like him. Blue, red, white. When Massimo or another creature enters, exile up to 1 target instant or sorcery card with mana value 1 from your graveyard. If a card is exiled this way, that creature gains... Or another creature, I see. You may cast the copy without paying its mana cost. Okay, that's interesting. So you can cast a bunch of 1-drops, like Micromancers. It ciphers 1 CMC cards from your graveyard. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Meat Squeak Horde Lord. 2 green. Whenever another creature dies, create a food token. This ability only triggers once each turn. For every 7 foods you control, squirrels get +3/+3. That's cool. Squirrel players would enjoy that. Valko Indarin. This commander can have Phyrexian cards of any color, of any identity. Phyrexian creatures you control have menace and lifelink. I think I really like a lot of the old callbacks. Are those real cards? No, I'm showing fake cards on stream. Siva Grent, 3 black, red. When this creature dies, target opponent loses 1 life and you gain a life. Goad up to 2 target creatures. Each opponent exiles the top 2 cards of their library. Until end of turn, you may play those cards without paying their mana cost. It can be Hermander. Okay. That's kind of cool. Rakdos Goad, Blood Artist, Planeswalker Commander. What set then? Bofa. Ashiya's Enduring Bond. Run red, green. Discover X, where X is the amount of mana spent to cast this spell. Okay. Can be your commander. Wow. Cool. Yeah, it's just a sorcery. That's funny. Chief Magistrate of Mercadia. Oh, this art's awesome. I love this one so much. No, Thornblood, it's Mystery Booster 3. They're doing it as like a commander draft set. When this enters, you become the Monarch. Awesome. Beginning of your upkeep, you create a 2/1 red goblin creature with haste. Then, if you're the Monarch, for each creature token you control, create a token that's a copy of it. That's strong. That one's a little middling to me. All the other ones have kind of got me a little excited. These are all like kind of cool. Yume, Chronicler of Valor. 1 and a white for a 1/2. The first spell you cast during your turn has assist. Oh, okay. This is awesome for 2-headed Giant Cube. This is literally meant for my 2-headed Giant Cube. Your teammate can just help you cast spells, and then you each draw a card, and then this is a really funny card. That's cool. Kuroki, Thief of Talents. 4 black. At the beginning of your end step, target opponent may draw 4 cards. If they do, look at that player's hand and you may cast a spell from that hand without paying its mana cost. If they don't, you put 2 counters on Kuroki. That card's sick. That one's awesome. Comrade Gorbash, thank you for the tier 1. Jabs, Mistress of Mockery. 2 and a red. If a triggered ability of a permanent you control but don't own triggers that ability. Okay, so it's Panharmonicon for creatures that you stole. Cool. That's a really fun flavor thing, too. Yeah, it's a lampooner who's, like, mocking your creatures. Venser. Ooh, new Venser's fun. 3 white, blue. Each non-token creature you control that wasn't cast from your hand enters with 2 additional +1/+1 counters. Exile another target permanent you control. At the beginning of your next end step, return that card under its owner's control. For each opponent, return up to 1 target non-land permanent the player controls. Ugh, that ability's annoying. There's a lot of Planeswalkers that can be commanders in this set, guys. Start running Pithing Needle. Boss Uramon, Shadow's Reach. 3 and a black for a 2/2 Shadow. Attacking ninjas and rogues you control have Death Touch. Ooh. Whenever one or more ninjas and rogues you control deal combat damage to a player, you create a 1/1 rat rogue creature token. Yeah, sure. It's 5 mana though? Yeah, you have 40 life in this format. It's still going to be annoying. Pithing Needle it. Miss Highwater. 2 black. Demon Advisor 5/3 Menace. When it does combat damage to a player who doesn't have a contract counter, they may discard their hand. If they do, they draw 7 cards and get a contract counter. For as long as they have a contract counter, when they lose the game, for each artifact and creature they controlled, create a token that's a copy of it. That's such a cool way to do theft. That's so awesome. Wow. What an interesting design. It sucks. This is a very bad card, but it's cool. That's how I feel about all these. They suck. All of these suck, but they're cool. We already looked at Arazagon. We already looked at Saluma. The Madcap Jester. 1 blue, black, red. When this attacks, each opponent exiles the top card of their library. Whenever a spell or ability you control causes 1 or more cards to be exiled from an opponent's library, you may play those cards until the end of your next turn. Mana of any type can be spent to cast spells this way. Each opponent exiles. Whenever a spell or ability causes 1 or more cards to be exiled from an opponent's library, you may play those cards until end of your next turn. Okay. That seems... Oh, you control. You control. I see. Gen Con Mystery Booster Showcase. Look at Gavin. That's so cool. Devol Evankar of Wrath. 2 black, green. Whenever another creature you control enters, you lose... Oh, it's, fucking... It's one-sided, the Carnival of Souls, or whatever it's called. Tasha's Hideous Laughter at the Madcap. Ooh, true. How does Cascade work with this? Or not Cascade. Like, what if you... Hang on. What if you cascaded and, like, gave it to an opponent? Like, you... Is there, like, a fractured identity in these colors? But I guess you wouldn't control it then. Never mind. Carnival Souls? Yeah, it's Carnival Souls on a creature. Warzol the Protector. 1 white. Create a 1/1 white cat creature token with tap. Put a loyalty counter on each planeswalker control. That seems very good. Look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may reveal a planeswalker or basic planes card from among them and put in your hand. Okay. Create 10 Scrib Sprite tokens. They're 1 green mana, 1/1 fairy creature tokens with flying. This one seems a little underwhelming. This one seems... It's good for a planeswalker deck. It's not very good for anything else. Awesome. Okay, and then we're getting a bunch of repeats. So I think... Yeah, I think we've ran out of treats. Chat. Nope. Nieva, Beloved Battle Mage. 2 and a white. Whenever a creature you control becomes blocked, you may untap it and remove it from combat. That's insane. Sacrifice this, create a Chroma Angel of Wrath token. Awesome, man. Sure, fuck it. Let's just do whatever we want. It's Mystery Booster 3. Six, 7. 1 green, blue, red. Zagorka, Mother of Sanctum. Vigilance, Trample. At the beginning of your end step, each player may create a tapped land named Sanctum with tap, add 1 mana of any color. Each opponent who does can attack you during their next turn. Okay. It's a little team or group hug action. Whoa. Nephilim Oh, okay, so it's all the Nephilim? Blue, red, red, green, green, white, white, black. I don't even know how to pronounce it. Apocal. Enters. Search your library for a Nephilim card. Reveal it, put in your hand, then shuffle. Oh, so it lets you tutor up the Nephilim. Okay, cool. Nephilim you control get +1/+1 for each Nephilim you control and can't be blocked by monocolored creatures. Shit. Awesome. Grizzlegom. Heirloom Hero. Deck can have any land cards. Okay. When Grizzlegom attacks, create a 1/1 white soldier token for each planes you control. Draw a card for each island you control. Each opponent loses 1 life for each swamp you control. And you put a +1/+1 counter on Grizzlegom for each mountain you control. You gain 1 life for each forest. Okay. That's cool. It's expensive as fuck. And you need Arena of Glory to use it. But once you get through those hoops, you're set. Each swamp you control, each opponent loses 1 life. Ew, Urborg. Anyway. Homer the Hermit. The guy you let the Barts out? Black, green, blue. When a land you control enters any number of target players, each mill X cards, where X is twice the number of crabs, lobsters, nautiluses, starfish, and trilobites you control. That's cool. I like this one. Fuck you. I thought of that joke too. My friend group's just been saying it nonstop. Okay, I think that's all the treats. I think we got everything. Yeah, I think everything's been achieved. We're getting lesbians posting in Magic the Gathering, so I think we're fine. There you go. That is the run through. Anyway, this is a creature that when it enters or dies, it makes a treasure token. I'm trying to think of cards that do that. Seen Olog? Maybe. I don't remember. That was all just a blur to me. Enters or dies makes a treasure token. Dog, I'm gonna, yeah, I don't know. Keeper of the Treat. This isn't the Ticket Tortoise because it has 2 different costs in it. Playing Homer and running all the bad homerids. I mean, it's like... Oh god, we have an Eminence Commander? Where are you seeing that? Because I didn't see that one. Sahir. I'm so mad. I think it's a red card. It has to be a red card. I think I'm about to give up on MTG here. Was there a Sahir? No, there wasn't. Black. You're not helping, Helios. You're just typing words that mean nothing to me, dog. Let's talk in sentences, please. Sabir. You said Sahir, which is not a totally different word. Yeah, there's nothing in here, dog. You're lying to me. Oh, this is Patron of the Arts. I run this in a deck. Sahir. There's no Sahir either. You're just lying. There's Magic TCG. What's the other, like, Reddit for Magic? EDH? Maybe EDH will be better than the other one. No, this is a bunch of people asking for treats and shit. No, it doesn't exist. There's a spoiler channel in your own server. Yeah, but are people posting in there? Do people post to my Discord? I thought people were just ERPing. Okay, people are posting in there. It's a deluge. I'm not seeing anything I didn't see on the Reddit thread here. What's the point of Nivea? Dog, you've never played with Reconnaissance. Okay, here's Sahir. Sahir, Visitor in Darkness. 1 black. At the beginning of your upkeep, Sahir deals 1 damage to you. This ability only if... Okay, I like this. Eminence is downside. That's fun. We're like, oh god, we have a new Eminence commander. It's literally a downside. Whenever a source you control deals exactly 1 damage to you, whenever a spell or ability you control causes you exactly lose 1 life, put a +1/+1 counter and say here if this is the second time this ability is drawn. This is so fine. Oh god, we have another Eminence commander. Person who can't read. Like, I don't know. Grack can't attack or block. Whenever you cast an aura spell that targets a creature an opponent controls, draw a card. This ability only triggers once each turn. Grack the Pacifist. That makes a lot of sense. That's fun. I didn't read. I read, didn't... Sorry, someone launched a game on Steam, so now I can't read your message. I read, didn't say it was bad, but that it existed. When you say, oh god, we have another Eminence commander, to me that reads like Edgar Markov 2's coming out. That doesn't read as, oh my goodness, a new Eminence design. This was already in Mystery Booster 2. IIRC. Yeah, Nivea is very good. Yeah, I like the idea of Eminence's downside too. Ekti, Contaminator, Priest. Other Phyrexians you control get +1/+1. Each equipment you control has living weapon. Awesome. This is literally someone's dream commander. I do need to point out that I'm seeing Lutri Popper Otter. I'm seeing Ensnaring Bridge. Are we not getting new playtest cards? And we're getting old, like the same Future Sight cards that we already had. I don't know if we're getting new playtest cards or new like Future Sight cards or White Border cards. I think they're all the same. Chira all in. 3 in a red. Whenever you discard 1 or more cards at random, select 1 or more targets at random, choose 1 or more modes at random, flip 1 or more coins, or roll 1 or more dice, put a counter on it, and make a tap treasure. Sure. Olag and Meow. New friends. Oh, no! This one's cute, guys. This one got me. I like this one a lot. The fucking damp, wet monster that fucking Ludovic keeps locked in his basement and like a little kitty cat. White, black, green. Whenever another zombie control enters, put a counter on each cat you control. Whenever another cat enters, put a counter on each zombie you control. At the beginning of your end step, each opponent loses life equal to the number of tapped zombies or cats you control. This card isn't that cool, but the art's cute. The idea is nice. I really like that. It's the cat from Harmless Offering. Ah, that's fun. I wish this Harmless Offering then. Dude, it's Grok the pacifist. The pacifist. Oh, I like the little deer. Anyway. Olinda the Oblivious. 3 in a black. When it enters or attacks for each opponent, put an odor counter on up to 1 target creature that player controls without an odor counter on it. Each of those creatures at the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 2 life for as long as they have an odor counter on it. They continue to smell after Olinda's left the battlefield. Haha. That's so fun. Loving your new PNG tuber. I know, it's awesome, right? Anyway, I think we're done looking at stuff now. Middle finger. This is likely another card themed up to the Arcana of Terra. Oh, this is the Magician! And then you have Phobs the Fool. We might get a cycle. We might get a cycle then. That's fun. I don't know if any of them are going to be as sexy as this guy. Anyway, we should probably review the commander decks, huh? That's why we're all here. Who wants to go first? Bangos Compass, can you type yes, Elk has already seen all the mystery booster mystery booster cards. Just go to the beginning of the VOD and pin that, because I don't want everyone asking me, every fucker who comes in here late going like, did you see the new mystery booster cards? Yes, we looked at all of them. I'm happy I finally got my Angel slop. I'll need that one. Everyone has the one commander that will make them turn into like a stunted like LGS F&M player. And that one's me. That Angels deck is me. Everyone has that one commander that turns them into a caveman. So is there no one here who needs a deck review? Where is everyone? Stingray. Bill. Salty. Waroki. Chuckles. Chuckles, that's a good one. May. I'm here. May Liticus. Yes, here you are. So let's get May done first because you pinged first. I really hope Mystery Booster Commander's fun. I imagine it'll be fun for the first... I'm just really scared it won't scratch the same itch as like Mystery Booster 2 does, where it's a lot more limited focused as opposed to Commander focused. Did you do the pin thing for me, Bangos Compass? Yes, because I already see it. Go. Okay, thank you. You got me. I'm pretty sure that shows to everyone, even people who join. Okay. We have a Doctor Who Dan Lewis deck. I like Doctor Who and I like artifacts, so I started this deck a while ago and have been tinkering with it since. For the most part, this deck is meant to pillow fort while accumulating counters as needed. The commanders don't really synergize well together, to be honest, but at least they get the colors of the British flag. I see. I don't know what you're talking about. This is red, white, and blue. This is all American, baby. Ideally, getting out Inspirit, encroaching Mycosynth, and Creator's Word on Inspirit would protect a majority of my board, and I can use Ripples of Potential to blink if needed. That seems like a little bit convoluted to just get like hexproof on everything. Fifth Doctor helps stationing while I set blockers up. Open to pretty much any recommendation individually under $15, I suppose. Bonus points if it's Doctor Who. The deck is pretty slow and clunky at this point, TBH, but it was worse when I got the counterintelligence precon. Okay. Beginning of your end step, put a counter on each creature you control that didn't attack or enter the battlefield this turn. Untap those creatures. Dude, you know who he looks like in this art? He looks like, the guy from Nirvana, the band The Show. It looks like him. It looks so much like him. He was at MagicCon Vegas, by the way. He does indeed play Magic, which is super cool. Non-creature, non-equipment artifacts you control are equipments in addition to their other types. I see. This is a little weird, but it's a little weird. I don't know if I like this. But do we have another option? Like maybe Donna Noble? Ryan seems cool because this is a +1/+1 counter deck, but it's an artifact deck, right? All I know, Dan's quick to get out. Yeah, but ideally you have a commander that's like, it does something. Like, Donna plays really well with +1/+1 counters. And so does Ryan. So maybe we do Ryan Sinclair. You're fine with changing commanders around, right? Like, we're not... Because to me, going 3/4 sounds pretty good, especially with this many 2-drops. Honestly, this is just a pile of stuff. I need to playtest this to see how it feels. Oh, we can play another tap land here, actually. So let's go Mystic. Next turn. Seat 1, 2, 3. Ryan Sinclair. Next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fifth Doctor. Don't swing with Ryan. Put a counter on each creature you control. Next turn. 1, 2, 3. Surge Conductor. Non-token artifact we control enters. Oh my goodness, proliferate. And then now you swing with Ryan. Ryan spins into Helm of the Host, which you cast for free. Like, this is so much better than the other one we were running. Like, wow. And then we proliferate again. Two, three. Cloud Key enters, proliferate. 1, 2, 3. Inspirit enters, proliferate. Crew. Move to combat. Swing is 7/7. Regeneration's restored. Whenever one or more time counters are removed from Regeneration's restored, you scry one and gain 1 life. If Regeneration's restored has no time counters on the exiles, when you do, you take an extra turn. Cool. So we get to cast this for free. Like, I don't know. We've already cast 2 free spells off Ryan. This feels very nice. 1, 2, 3. Transit Mage. MV4. Encroaching Mycosynth. 1, 2, 3, 4. I do have a concern that we're tapping out a lot, which does feel a little bit weak. Helm of the Host, we don't have enough mana to equip it ever. Hey, look at that. We get another counter here and another counter here, and then move to combat, another 2 counters, right? +1/+1 counter or 2 charge counters. So we get to put a counter here. And then we move to combat and we swing. Cloud Key discount. Oh, yeah, sure. Dink, 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 dink. Okay, great. Now let's swing. Because we get to cast this as well. I forgot about Cloud Key over here. Swing. Inside Engine enters. Counter on everything. Like, I am a little concerned because we're tapping out very heavily. But that's fine. Maybe. Like, I don't think so, actually. But, God, you are a greedy monster. I also don't really like Helm. As for Told, I'm not a big fan. It's very slow, even if you proliferate it. really running... Like, do you just like Tameo? Not a big fan of prop. We have a big fucking monster that's hitting you every turn. You have to hold up blockers. It's fine. We can take some damage. This works really well with Ryan Sinclair, too. Okay, this feels good. I'm liking this so far. Becomes a 4-4. That's okay. Magistrate Scepter. That's mean. That's evil. We're not really doing mean stuff with Unwinding Clock, which has me a little bit worried about running it. I like Possession Engine as a thing you can grab with the Transit Mage. Okay, I like the new avatar. Thank you, Waroki. So does the Mycosynth Lattice also apply to things on the stack? Or the Encroaching Mycosynth? Same is true for permanent spells you control and non-land permanent cards you own that aren't on the battlefield. Yes, so they are artifacts everywhere. Cool, that's fun with Sammy. So, what I'm thinking is we get some Brainstorm, Brain Surge, action. We get the Phyrexian. Metastatic Evangel, and Thrumming Bird. Why not? Let's make it a party. In any sort of proliferate deck like this, I really do love the charge counter rocks like Astral Cornucopia. I am going to warn you right now. I think Magistrate Scepter becomes too strong when you include too many proliferate stuff. This is going to turn into a combo card that kills the table on turn 5. I'm going to say put it in the sideboard. If you want to be a bracket 3 asterisk deck, like you're going to be playing this in bracket 3. In fact, you already are. You have farewell. But if you want to power this up, you can make one swap and put Magistrate Scepter in it, and then you can have the pregame combo of like, listen guys, I have a combo in here that can come down pretty early, but it's on theme. It's a charge counter kind of combo with Magistrate Scepter. If you blow up the Scepter, you'll live. Is Scroll Rack out of the budget? I just don't go around throwing Scroll Rack in decks, I think. It's one of those cards where I definitely believe that the price of the card is juxtaposed to how good it is. It is a great card. I think it's a $10 great card, not a $20 one. You know what I mean? The vibes are off. That's all I mean. A Scroll Rack, consider it. I wouldn't spend $20 on a Scroll Rack. I got mine for $10. Everyone should get theirs for $10. It should not be $31 fucking dollars. I honestly thought it was 20. Yeah, the vibes are off on that one. I don't like it. Oh, I really don't like Hindering Light. Hindering Light's a very bad counterspell. And actually, counterspells in general are probably not the direction we want to be going, because I was having trouble keeping 1 mana untapped. Like, maybe keeping 2 mana untapped we can work with. I love the Prologue to Phyresis. That's very heads up. Muddle the Mixture would be a good way to go grab that, but that is a very expensive thing in our deck that is already spending all of its mana very regularly. I would like to see Rebek. Yeah, Architect of Ascension. Artifacts you control have protection from each converted mana cost among artifacts you control. So what does this mean? If you have a 1-drop artifact in play, all of your shit has protection from 1-drops. If you have a 2-drop artifact in play, all of your things have protection from 2-drops. And with Mycosynth Lattice out, right, all of your things are artifacts and have protection from all the converted mana values of all permanents you control. Which seems really funny. Printer Go Burr. How do you know someone proxies? Don't worry, they'll tell you. It's like veganism, man. Every time you mention a Magic card being too expensive, they come out We got to keep all the doctors in, right? It's a Doctor Who deck. Come on. Okay. So we have a couple more slots to play around with, which is great because I have a few more ideas here. First and foremost, is also Padim. Padim Council of Innovation. Artifacts you control have hexproof. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control an artifact with the highest mana value, target for the highest mana value, draw a card. Mainly playing it for the first line attacks. That's some pretty strong protection, especially after Encroaching Mycosynth comes down. I would like to see Selfless Spirit. Anything that's like a set and forget protection spell like this that is 2 mana value or less is very strong for your deck because once again we are tapping out every turn. Mother of Runes. Skrelv is an artifact already. We can run the dog. K9 Mark 1 from Doctor Who. As long as it's untapped, let other legendary creatures you control have ward 1. And then 1 in a blue, target creature can't be blocked this turn. That's like a double whammy for Ryan. Yeah. And then we can play test this out and see how we feel. I guess we go Enthusiastic Mechanaut. Ryan. Gallifrey. Don't swing with anything. Counter, counter. Draw a card. Land. 1, 2... Dink. We control 1 artifact. Oops, I meant to do this. We control 1 artifact. So this gets +1/+1, and then +1/+1 from our enchantment. I don't think we have an artifact land to play. Yeah, we're only +2/+2, but still +2/+2 is pretty nice. Swing, spin, hit Rebecca. Artifacts you control have protection from each converted mana cost among artifacts you control. Next turn, Dink. Do that on Rory again. 1, 2, 3. Transit Mage. Go and grab Mycosynth. Swing with a 5/5 Rory again. Spin into Shuri. Wakandan Inventor. Oh, that's fun. That's a fun ability. Oh my gosh. And look at that. We have 2 cost reducers on board. 1, 2 Encroaching Mycosynth. And now everything has protections from 2 drops, 3 drops, 4 drops. Yeah, and that's it. So we have protection from 2, 3, 4. Exile this, return it. White, blue, Cephalopod Sentry. White, white, Thousand Moon Smithy. Make a gnome. And then Dink, Dink. Turn Enthusiastic Mechanaut into a copy of Cephalopod Sentry. So we have 1, 2, 3. Oh, these are all artifacts. Holy shit, we're about to kill someone. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So this is a 16 power attacker. And Ryan will also swing for 3. And we get a Cyberman Patrol. So now this is actually a 17 power attacker. Protection from 0 cost now. Yeah, because we have a Gnome Soldier. Yeah, so we're never going to get, I guess, Slaughter Pacted? Yeah, Slaughter Pact. And you also can't be blocked with tokens. Holy shit. Anyway, Rebecca's awesome. Okay, that felt awesome. Like, and we saw Ryan there free casting a few spells here and there. I'm pretty happy with this so far. I'm just wondering if there's any other things we can swap around here. Like, I am a little apprehensive about Kilo. Kilo's still incredible, so it's probably worth it. But Kilo is a 3-drop. I'm a little concerned about the Curve of Ryan also being a 3-drop with that, but it's probably fine. Cephalopod Sentry, I was like, I don't know about this, but it kind of proved its worth there. Where when we turn everything into artifacts, this hurts. I think getting a Pit of... see, that's tough, because that is some good graveyard hate. So maybe no... Oh, no, Celestial Colonnade has Doctor Who art. So trying not to cut Doctor Who art. Maybe we cut a island for a Kazul's Fury. Or actually, we can do Legion Leadership. So Legion Leadership enters tapped on the back. It's a dual land. And then on the front, it doubles a creature's power. So when we have like these huge like... hey, I'm equal to the power of creatures you control, or we have Ryan, and he's like kind of piddly at like 3/3, we're able to spin him up into a 6-power thing, or able to spin this up into a kill. Are both different. Hello there, Elk. Why do you look so different? Because I'm different. I suppose you don't have to keep all the docs. Okay, yeah. Honestly, if you think about it, the 5th Doctor is kind of like all the Doctors, because it's the same Doctor. Exile cards on top of your library until exile non-card, suspend it. Yeah, like that's just not what we're doing. I'm a little hesitant about Memnon, but he's probably fine. I'm a little concerned about Tekethal. Tekethal's a better command zone inclusion, I feel. Proliferating twice just isn't, like, that powerful. Oh, when are you going to go back to first Elk? Maybe he's April Fool's. We might steadfast be approaching the release of the hello video, where I just play all the hellos and buys back to back to back. It's my birthday in like 1 week. I'll probably just do like a shitty upload like that because I'm going to be spending this weekend with my mom. Best of Elk compilations. Honestly, I've been thinking about that. Like go whip my editor to go like trawl through the VODs and like find some of the funnier moments. Anyway, we freed up a couple slots. We can talk more about some artifact objects that are kind of fun. I think first and foremost, I want to get one more of these Selfless Spirit, Mother of Rune Skrelv type creatures in. We already have 2 single targets with Skrelv Mother. What does Thopteric say? Oh, it's already in. My fault. I didn't know you played ball. Yeah, other legendary creatures you control have Ward 2. Great, awesome. We can do Icy Ore. Ward Wing Familiar. Spells that your opponents cast that target one or more of your commanders cost 3 more to cast. There's also Kira Great Glass Spinner that you could consider. Just make sure you don't have any, or at least not any. You can have some, but just make sure not a lot of your spells friendly fire this, because this does trigger on your own shit targeting your stuff. Honestly, we could just run Kira. Path of Ancestry. Uthros. Sundown Pass. Ryan. Fifth Doctor. Counter on Ryan. And then here's an instance of Ryan being badass. Or Legion Leadership being badass. 6. Okay, Organic Extinction. In the bottom of your library. Bummer, so we missed, but it's okay. Next turn. Aetheric Amplifier. Seems pretty good. 1, 2, 3. Dink. Brain Surge. Draw 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, we would have missed without the Brain Surge here. And then you put dink, dink on top, and then you swing with Ryan, you spin Metastack Evangel into play. Next turn. Archway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Eternity Elevator. 1, 2, 3, 4. Padim. That's a creature entering, so you put a counter here. And then you swing with this. Spin into Tanic, which is a 4-drop. Second main phase, you go red, white, or red, blue. Okay. Like, this was a slower game that kind of sucked. And it still felt fine. Which is actually pretty impressive. So we have 1, 2 artifacts. So this is only 2 power. That's kind of dumb. Oh, it's Uthros. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I saw the border and I was like, oh, this is whatever it's called, the land. No, it's an Uthros research craft. That's my fault. I don't think that changes that much about what just happened, but aha. Why did they give 2 cards the same border and the same starting name if they didn't want me to read it into the playtester as a land? That's on Wizards of the Coast. That's not on me. Anyway, that play's legal in paper, at least. You can't do it on Magic Online or anything, but you can do that play in paper where you pretend this is Uthros the land. It's an MDFC, guys. It's both Uthroses. Anyway, I think I'm good to drop this on your head. This seems about ready. Like, these playtests have felt pretty convincing, have they not? Well, besides when you miss land drops, maybe we can... Oh, shit. I didn't even realize how low the land drops were. That is incredibly abysmal. Curator's Ward. Reject Imperfection because we can't hold up counter magic. I mean, to be fair, it's a cheaper artifact deck. You can kind of get away with it in artifact deck because you just have so many rocks that produce mana. But this is kind of reckless, especially at a lower bracket. Probably not Time Wipe. Probably not Organic. Just keep Farewell, honestly. We already get enough value from this. I'm not really concerned about a draw too. Quantum Misalignment. Fractured Reality is funny though. Farewell can go too. Okay, great. So we can do Winds of Abandon. And then we can go lands. So ideally we get like Arena of Glory to haste out Ryan. Cathedral of War is kind of funny with Ryan. Right, whenever a creature you control attacks alone, it gets +1/+1 from this land. And all of our lands that are tapped anyway, so who cares about another one? Sink into Stupor can get you out of a lot of situations. It's a bounce spell, but it also is an untapped blue source. Sundering Eruption blows up a land and is also able to push Ryan through blockers because creatures without flying can't block this turn. Lorien Revealed is an awesome spell to hit with Ryan when he's 5 or more power, but also Island Cycles. Should I add more basics? No. Maybe a Plains. You don't have a basic Plains, so one of those. Set who? Oh, who? It's already filtering for set. Okay. I think 37 you can get away with, especially in an artifact deck. Once before, you just have so many rocks. And kind of everything's low to the ground here. And you have Cantrip or two. This is actually 38 as well, because you have Lorien. Okay, now it's ready. For real, for real. Yeah, we just faded the land drops the first two playtests. I was just like, okay, great. This is perfectly fine then. I would keep this hand even though we don't have blue. Top. Here you drop. Selfless. Brainstorm 1, 2, 3. Okay, great. This is never entering untapped. Your land choice is actually pretty bad. I know I just said we were done twice in a row, but your lands suck. But maybe that's fine. It's honestly maybe a little fine that they suck, because it kind of keeps this in the bracket 2 realm. The gain lands. Ew. Are we running all of those? Okay, we're fine. So we can do ID equals 2. How'd you do at Popper on Thursday, Elk? I'm trying to remember. I did go to this last Thursday one. If I did go to this last Thursday one, I 3-0'd. Horizon of Progress? Yeah, hang on, pal. I got my methods. So, always fast lands. Fast lands feel awesome. Mystic Gate looks pretty great. Gleaming Bastion, yep, fast land. Do not like 2 or more other lands. Okay, these are both fine. I thought those were the snarls, and I'm like, dog, you do not have a typed land in your hand. Do not even joke. That is Doctor Who art. We can't cut it. Seachrome Coast. Yeah, we're not having 2 or more basics, but we can pain. Pain lands are good. Really, I'm not the hugest fast lane enjoyer. Well, you're just wrong, but that's okay. Like, I don't know. Me, I like them. Alex likes them. Snail likes them, rather. Like, I don't know. We all agree that they're pretty good, but especially in a tempo deck like this, it entering untapped on the first 3 turns of the game, awesome. It entering tapped later, you already have all the mana you need. It's easier to play a 2-drop or a 3-drop. It's fine. The lands are very good for their price. Like, yeah, are they as good as a dual land? No. Are they good as fetch lands? No. Oh my god, don't hear what I'm not saying. What I'm saying is they're totally fine for their price. I think I missed a pain land. Battlefield Forge, there we go. They're decent. I just like other lands better. Like what? Because I think it's, for me, the power ranking is slow lands, like under $5. Because I think the turbulent lands are not bad. Okay, this one's fine. I like the turbulence. I like rainbows. Okay, so define rainbow land for me. Because are we talking about like City of Brass? Because that's a $10 card. Horizon of Progress. Horizon of Progress is fine. The thing to know about Horizon of Progress and reflecting pools is that they don't fucking fix you. You need a separate land that already produces the color. The Horizon lands I prefer to the fast ones. That's fine. It's just that they always ping you, whereas like you can actually like get a choice with the ping, the normal panes. Anyway, that deck should be all good. I have faith. Anyway, May, thank you for getting a deck review. It was actually surprisingly cohesive. I like the encroaching mycosynth plan. My only final note might be that like you might want to include a War of Invention or some other way to get the encroaching mycosynth every game. But honestly, that's not that big of a problem. You can just like not get it some games and still be doing cascade shit, right? Enlightened Tutor might be a good game changer to grab because you can go get Enlightened Tutor, put the encroaching mycosynth on top, and then swing with Ryan, and then Ryan cheats it into play for you. That's another way to do it, right? Or you can also do that with like Search for Glory would get either Rebecca or encroaching mycosynth, I think. No, it doesn't say historic on it. My fault. Don't listen to me. Not Search for Glory. But you know what I mean. I like the Alara tapped ones, simple and effective. The Alara tapped ones are dog shit, man. I'm so sorry to break this to you, but the trapped tri-lands are just not good. Like even I'm even off like triomes in most decks now. I have one in Cormella, and it's arguable if that's right, because I'm basically always fetching for a Surveil. The MH3 tri-lands are decent fixing. I honestly like those better than the Alara tapped like triomes, like the tri-lands. I already put the filter lands in Thunder. But the tri-lands, also filter lands can fuck you. If you have specifically the Signet lands, I hate the Signet lands. I will never put those in a deck ever again. The Signet lands are actually actively awful. Unless you have like specifically like a bunch of cards that are cost both of the colors, and you have a bunch of things that produce colorless, then you can filter colorless into the two colors. Like, but very rare scenario there. Like I would not run those as fixing. They are very bad. I meant the Lorwyn ones. Yes, the Lorwyn ones I already put in the deck. And there's a few of the Lorwyn ones that cost like $12 billion still. Like I'm pretty sure Graven Cairns is like $10. So you can't always lean on those. Filter lands are totally fine. Filter lands are great. The first filter land you draw is fucking crack cocaine. If you draw a second one, you're suicidal. There's no in between. It's literally the first one is awesome. Oh my god, why doesn't everyone run these? The second one, dog shit unplayable. Why am I running these? I want to cut them so bad. You should only run one filter land. Because they tap for colorless. They don't tap for the color by themselves. I'll need to do a ranking of all the dual lands eventually. Graven Cairns is $5 in change. Okay, that's fine, but still. Just always draw one of them. Oh, why didn't I think of that? Fuck! I've been playing this game all wrong! Bounce lands below bracket 4 are always good. I agree to disagree. There's certain decks where I like them. There's certain decks where I would never put them in a million years. Bounce lands have a very specific use case in a lot of decks. For me, it's like, holy shit, what is this art? Hang on, sorry. Pause for a second, chat. Dude, what? This is crazy. We're getting boomer with it, though. We have a beautiful fucking rune deck here. Anyway, bounce lands. Bounce lands are... they're good in certain decks where you're doing catch-up ramp, where you have lands with ETBs, landfall decks. Decks where you want to get a little greedy with your lands, right? Like you have like a 38 lands instead of 40, and you're like, ooh, when I draw this bounce land and this other land, I can bounce the first one back to my hand. Where do I hate them? Tempo aggro, like anything that wants to go 1, 2, 3, fuck bounce lands, awful cards. Anything where like you need to hold open mana, it's very difficult. If you're doing Amulet of Vigor stuff, it gets a lot easier to do that, I guess. But generally speaking, instant speed decks like that, where you need to draw them within the first 4 turns of the game, or else you're literally like disrupting your ability to develop and also hold up counter magic. There's a lot of reasons not to run bounce lands. Yeah, if you're running like Frantic Search, you can untap them for multiple too. Yeah, that's a very good point. There's a lot of reasons to like bounce lands, and then there's a lot of decks where you shouldn't put them in. And it's going to be a case-by-case basis. Anyway, we have a deck to review, so let's get to that, eh? I should be there. I go by Stingray. This deck aims to tutor for fairy artisans. Christian, are you still here? And then blink it repeatedly to keep the tokens it generates. There are intentionally no other consistent win cons. The main thing I would like is help with making it a little bit more consistent and resilient. Dude, I hope my friend's still here. I just spammed the group chat. So, Fairy Artisans is like my friend's favorite card. Like, legitimately, there's some games where, like, some Commander Nights where it'll just come down to every game. Anyway, let's duplicate this. I'm a little iffy about... I would remove a land from my deck over playing Temple of the False God. Temple of the False God, I think, gets a lot of hate. Which is crazy because you motherfuckers are running Reliquary Tower. So Temple is not that good of a card, except when it's insanely good. It's very good for decks with high curves and a lot of lands. The joke with Temple of the False God is, except when it's on the battlefield, it is a spell. If it is in your deck building, it's a spell. It's land number 41. Maybe 42, honestly. You might want to run a couple MDFCs and get that number up even more. In your mulligan, that shit is a spell. If you're counting that as a land in your mulligan, you are a moron. And you need to mulligan. And that's where Temple of the False God trips people up. People think it's a land when it's actually a spell. Now, does every deck use a soul land on turn 5 well? No. But like Krakens, Eldrazi... I resent that. I never play Temple of the False God. Yeah, I just think this extreme position's incredibly incorrect. Just, you resent having to mulligan a hand because you have 6 spells in 1 land? Like, that's just Magic the Gathering. I'm so sorry we're not talking about your deck, by the way. I would like to apologize very fervently that we're not talking about your deck right now. Okay, we have Deadeye Navigator. Do we have a combo? No, we don't. Okay. Shoutouts. Cool. That's just a reset at Fairy Artisans. We're the fairest gamer of them all. Little interested in the lack of a Fairy Harbinger. Right, Fairy Harbinger. When it comes into play, search your library for fairy card, reveal it, put it on, shuffle your library, put it on top, and then it has flash so you can hold up interaction. That's kind of double whammy. That's kind of good. You could also just do Recruiter the Guard stuff, which you already are doing. Very good. Awesome. I would like to note that Populate would be very interesting in this deck, because Populate lets you keep those tokens forever. I'm pretty sure we must be already on them. No, we're not. Okay, wow. So prevent all combat damage that be dealt to you this turn. That's just a fog. And then Populate. So you can create a token that's a copy of a creature token you control. Great news. The Fairy Artisan tokens are creature tokens. Populate X times. I was running it, but wasn't really having too much problems getting fairies. Weird, because you said... I would like to get this list a little more consistent and resilient. I totally forgot about Populate when building this deck. Yeah, full flowering, populate X times. That's hilarious. Behavior, upkeep, populate. That one's a little slow. At the beginning of your end step, if this was each end step, this would be a fucking perfect card for this deck. It would be a little too strong because you could block with a 1/1 Spirit forever, but still. Being able to combat on your turn, populate, that seems a little expensive for... I would not pay this much for this card, but it's something to consider. Especially since it can get got by Recruiter. Populate, creatures you control gain indestructible until end of turn. Okay. That's fine. I think 3 mana is like kind of hard. Sundering Growth is pretty great. Just disenchant plus populate. Okay, so we got a lot of objects here that populate. Oh, it's an instant too. That's sexy. All right, so I do not like, unless we're already doing Archaeomancer stuff. We're not already doing Archaeomancer stuff. So hear me out. We're going to go down Deadeye Navigator. He's just too expensive to be doing fair things. Yeah, these are all cool. Resto. I don't know if I like Resto that much. All these other ones I'm fucking with. And part of the reason why I'm making so many cuts... So you said you didn't need Harbinger. That's fine. Emil. Okay, that makes sense. Soul Herder, Reflector Mage, Recruiter, Rex Sage. I think Rex Sage is sort of past its time, and we already have Sundering Growth in. Rex Sage is fine in a Flicker deck, but we already have Lauren, right? Dog, you're running Rex Sage and not Lauren? Huh? Dog, we're living in the present. For a few more dollars, you get free cards. I don't know. I'm just kind of hesitant about this effect so much on our 99 cards. Because our commander already does it. We have Flicker spells. Like, I don't know if I like Abuelo. Dowerport Mage makes sense. Coiling Oracle makes sense. I don't like Spirited Companion because we're just going to be dedicating all of our Flickers to Fairy Artisans anyway. Charming Prince can only do it at sorcery speed, which is a little shit. Selfless Saver should probably be Mother of Runes. Populate. Enters type creature sort MV. So now you're able to populate things by flickering the creature that enters and populates. Okay, no. So there's nothing that really does that. Parting Gust. Parting Gust is very good. So here are my next two inclusions. We have Eternal Witness already. We already have Ephemerate. So you do Spellseeker. So Spellseeker can go grab Full Flowering. It can go grab Ephemerate. It can go grab any of your removal. It can go grab a Fog. And then if you have Eternal Witness, what you're able to do is you can loop Ephemerates to get back any spell from your graveyard repeatedly, which lets you Full Flowering repeatedly every turn if you want. And then we can go... Maybe not Gossip's Talent. I don't like anything that flickers at sorcery speed. It's kind of fun to do it at instant speed when there's a new trigger. Swiftfoot Boots for why? Like I don't understand this. Once again, I don't like the sorcery speed flicker. Panharmonicon's too expensive. I like this one better because it's 2 mana. I like that it's fun toolboxy stuff that this deck is intending to do. Awesome. Yes, I concur. So we freed up a few more slots to dedicate to this package. We can do Archaeomancer. And I know, like, there's Timeless Witness, right? Timeless Witness is a 4 mana Eternal Witness. But this is a wizard that you can get with Step Through. And great news, Step Through can Wizard Cycle for Spellseeker, which can get Ephemerate, which can Ephemerate the Spellseeker, which then can Ephemerate the Spellseeker. So now you get 2 spells. You get Sylvan Tutor, you get Full Flowering. Sylvan Tutor goes and grabs, or Worldly Tutor goes and grabs Fairy Artisans. Fairy Artisans, you draw next turn, you play Fairy Artisans. You populate into a big thing, and then you go, okay, like Commander somewhere in there, Full Flowering somewhere in there. Right, you're just moving a lot of things around. Anti-causal vestige. It can get Reflector Mage. Oh, Reflector Mage is a very good one. You're not running the cool art of a Reflector Mage, though, this one. Oh, he's so hot. Even if he has a giant hole in his chest. He has a cool cat, too. Think about it. That's his character flaw, exactly. You're running honest to God Flicker. Okay, hang on. Let me get you there, pal. Looks like Prince. Yeah, what's wrong with looking like Prince, dog? Prince looked good. I'm thinking like Omen Hawker. Omen Hawk Tua. Starfield Shepherd. And you're kind of spoiled for choice. You can get Mockingbird, Mother of Runes, Omen Hawker with the 1-drop mode, and then it can also get Planes for you, and then you can flicker it, which is like a triple whammy of synergy in this deck. Honestly, maybe like Curious Farm Animals. Right? Just a 1-drop that can like just blow up an artifact or enchantment. But oh wait, we're in green. We can do Insidious Fungus. And Insidious Fungus can act as ramp on turn 3 to get Rune out next turn, which is kind of cool. Or you can go 1, 2, and then we're at 4. Or you can go directly on 3, 1, 2, and then we go to 5 immediately off of the Insidious Fungus. Either way, those are good. Clifftop Lookout / Risen Reef over non-blinkable ramp. Yeah, like over Cultivate. I would put the Clifftop Lookout in first. For sure, because that guaranteed hits land. Dink, next turn. Ooh, dink, next turn. Dink. Wood Elves. Lush. Okay, that's fine. You're not running Lush Portico. Surely you're running Meticulous. No, you're not running Meticulous Archive either. So surely you're on Hedge Maze. Okay. Problematic. Problematic media. We're not running fetch lands in current year. Do you? What's your budget for lands, pal? Speak to me. Speak to me. Meticulous Archive isn't a forest anyway. That's true. No, you're right there. I wouldn't have been able to fetch it. But you should be running one of the other forests. Do not care. Okay, great. So the fact that you don't care about that and then also you don't run the good lands is it's a little scary. You scare me as a commander player. Because there's a whole world of fun out there that we can go and find. So like I don't know if I really like Prairie Stream. I do like the Czech lands. I do not like Seaside Citadel. Although it's probably the most fun land name to say, isn't it? Seaside Citadel. Yeah, we're not going to have that. All right, so ID equals to sort USD. Do you think we'll ever get a full cycle of Burn Willows? Dude, Burn Willows are broken. That's like one of the strongest lands. It's better than Pain Land. Okay, that we were... Sorry, I meant T-Land. So, Meticulous Archive is probably the worst one. We need to get Hedge Maze, and we need to get Lush Portico. Those are our 2 surveils. Because we can fetch those off Wood Elves. And then we can run the Turbulent lands. Those are fine. 2 or more opponents. We're going to have that. Hushwood Verge will have our land types because we have a bunch of shocks. I don't mind adding the more expensive lands to this deck just because you did mention that Price is not an object, and honestly, they're just nice to have in your collection. I find lands to be one of the best things to buy in Magic the Gathering. It's just like you can just cross-pollinate them with so many different decks. What do you think of the fixing lands? So that's not like a cycle of land. That's like fixing lands in general. I like them. They should be in Magic the Gathering. Is fast land. Atticar Waste, Brushland, Yamamaya Coast. For not Forbidden Orchard. It's Exotic Orchard. Lands are the most important, most boring thing to buy. I disagree. I think lands are a lot of fun. I like Verges personally. Well, great news. There's a lot of Verges in this deck. We can do the Triome. Tranquil Landscape. Demolition Field. Spar's Headquarters. It's already done. Maybe one extra forest. Or you can go Bushwhack. Let's do Bushwhack. This is keepable. Draw. Tap land. Next turn. Razor Verge Thicket. Pass. Felia. Flash it on your end step. Gleaming Bastion. Blue. Omenhawker. 1/2. Dour Portmage. Swing with Felia. Flicker Dour Portmage. Put a counter on Felia. People are always like, oh, how do you get through with Felia all the time? It's like, dog. Felia is a dog. This is not a hand I would keep. This is not a hand I would keep. This is not a hand I would keep. Dude, where are my lands? Okay. Draw. Dink. Next turn. This is my turn 3 board. There's always one player whose turn 3 board looks like this. You hit them. And then you put a counter on Felia. You think they're ever blocking this fucking thing? After it gets a counter on it every turn? No way! Get real. Farseek. And now you get Meticulous Archive. Oh, I didn't add it. Hedge Maze. Sakashima. Graveyard. Land. Swing. Flicker your Omenhawker. So I'm noticing an issue where we don't have the fucking card we built our deck around. That's not a bad thing. It is. Flicker Wisp out. Displacer Kit maybe out. We just have a lot of creatures and not that many instants. Like, we have like some amount of instants. She works fine with the Archaeomancer stuff. Oh, you know what? Yeah, it's probably fine. Probably fine. Emil's a bit expensive. Once again, I'm just hesitant about this effects because we just have that in the command zone. Neoform, honestly. Just turn a 3-drop into fucking the card you like. Yeah, that's pretty good. Formidable Speaker's already in. You can do Elvish Harbinger. Elvish Harbinger's interesting because you can go and get Formidable Speaker, which gets anything. Elvish Harbinger also can get Wood Elves and Fauna Shaman. And then also Elvish Harbinger goes from 3 to 5 mana, which is good for Rune. So those are all reasons to consider that one. I'd keep this. A little scared here. Okay, we hit our land. 1, 2, 3, 4. Displacer Kitten. Dreamroot Cascade. Pass. Green. Other Worldly Tutor rather. Dink. Flicker Coiling Oracle. Selfless Spirit. Put a hand. Fairy Artisans. 1, 2. Selfless Spirit. Pass. Someone tries to mill us or something, you can go Druid's Deliverance. Flicker, or like tries to kill Displacer Kitten. Draw this card. Next turn. And then here you can go 1, 2, 3, 4. You can tap Not Like a Moron so you can hold open swords. Fairy Artisans. White. Swords of Plowshare's your thing. Coiling Oracle. Trigger. Mystic Gate into play. Ah, yeah, the gate's awesome. Okay, and then here, like, World's your oyster, right? Is there a reason not to run 9 fetches? I mean, no. You should run some amount of fetches. Probably over Mystic Gate. Spar's Headquarters. I just think you're never fetching for Spar's Headquarters. We can just run all the on-callers. Because, like, I don't know. Some people have, like, a bad taste in their mouth when it comes to, like, running off-color fetches. And, like, that's fair. And honestly, I don't think you need to go that overboard for a 3-color deck anyway. Maybe Mechanical Sanctum could come out. Because I do like the new Marvel lands, kind of. Is there a reason, like, in general? Like, what do you mean? Like, for why people don't like to run off-color fetches? It's ugly. Is that a good first reason? Feel stupid? It's like the same reason, like, why, like, running Urborg or Yavimaya outside of their colors feels a little weird. I think the Marvel lands are better in deck. Yeah, that's fair, but also, like, I don't know, it's fine. Dude, like, Extort feels totally fine in white. Can I be entirely honest? Like, I do not, like, mind the Extort reminder text. Firebending's weird to me. Extort's not. And I know they're okay for the same reasons. Actually, yeah, you're right. I think I do prefer to have the Sea Chrome Coast. Whoops. What fast sign did I just cut? Botanical Sanctum. People get so angry about Extort, it's so weird. I mean, maybe in like 2012, did you meet like time travelers or something? They get angry because it's on blind obedience. Dude. I mean, a lot of Commander players are in fact stuck in 2012. I mean, I wish you were wrong. Okay, we have 2 more slots to play around with. I'm trying to think about how to better tutor for this gameplay object. I mean, we're already doing it a lot. Maybe just like, we already have Mom. We already have Starfield Shepherd. We already have Lorien Bushwhack, so we have 40 lands. Green Sun Zenith. So you've not read this card. And double whammy, because you said to add Dried Arbor, which I fucking hate in Commander decks. Green Quicho Cod. So, big problem is that the fairies aren't green. You could get Formidable Speaker, and then Formidable Speaker gets you the thing. But honestly, I'm a lot more scared about it dying and then us never getting it back. We have Eternal Witness. But we could run, like, the Balaged Recovery. And then also what I think could be very good is Angel of Indemnity. When this creature enters, return target permanent card with mana value 4 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. And guess what's mana value 4? Was Extorted thing in 2012? I'm pretty confident. Oh, Sort date is first printing. Basilica Guards were printed, in 2012 in Gate Crash. Look at me. Not only did I call it, but like direct date. This hand's cracked as fuck. Tap land. Next turn. Adakar Waste. 1/2. Farseek. Meticulous Archive. Not Meticulous Archive. Hedge Maze. Forgot we only added the forests. Surveil 1. Eladomir's Call. Top. Yep, top. Next turn. Sea of Clouds. 1, 2. Eladomir's Call. Fairy Artisans. Oh, that goes to hand. Next turn. Commander. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fairy Artisans. Pass. So now we have Fairy Artisans protected by Rune. You can swing with Rune too because he has Vigilance. Dink dink. Flicker Fairy Artisans. We have a token of something. We get another token of something. Next turn. Flood Farm Verge. 1, 2, 3, 4. Spark double Fairy Artisans. So now we're gonna get. Oh no, I guess you do it on Rune. Because now you have 2 flickers up. And then you also have access to Druid's Deliverance as well to fog a combat and proliferate or populate one of these tokens. So I noticed that Soul Herd is a little trapped in the hand. I think Soul Herder and Felia, unlike a traditional flicker deck, which is this is not, actually not the best. Because we want a bunch of instant speed flickers that we can flicker our objects with. And Rune just already does that very well. Gate Crash was 2013. RTR. I forgot what it was. Either way, it was close enough. Come on. 2012 is not 1 year off. My God. My fault. I'm not perfect. My mistake. I was wrong. I'm falling from the sun, falling from the sky, Icarus style. I flew too close to the sun. Infinite apologies. Please forgive me. Also, by the way, if you do not buy deck reviews for next week, you hate me. It's my birthday. I'm streaming on my birthday for you all. The main reason Soul Herd is that it's because it's part of a secret rare for Loon. Oh, I see. I mean, it still just is not a good card in this deck. It's okay. Pause. It's okay. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. It's a fine card. You can keep Soul Herder then if the art matters. Yeah, I'm just one who believes that your pet cards should have a good home. And this does not seem like the goodest home for it. Honestly, just like a bird's. Hate to be boring. So we're gonna fetch first. Because surveilling one makes us more likely to hit a land. Dope. Honestly, actually, maybe you go Rune here. And then next turn you tutor for the Fairy Artisans. Because we have Omen Hawker in play. But if we hit a land, we could still play Coiling Oracle this turn. Always hit the land. Oh, it's so easy. Stupid morons. Come on. Get on my level. So, like, yeah, this is set up very nicely on turn 6, turn 7. The 6-7 curve, as it were. I always thought Coiling Oracle was Lonus's dad. Thoughts? No. No way. Because I figured this out recently. Lonus is a dude. And I'm just saying that, like, if this is Lonus's dad, Lonus caught none of those genetics. This is a guy. Oh, wow. Whoa. I think Lonus literally has the twink tag. There's a tag, I swear. Hang on, wait. It isn't displayed publicly. Oh, tag twink. What? Art tag. A tag, A tag, A tag. It's A tag. There we go. This is not a twink. These people need to grow up. I forgot about that one. Oh, look at this little fairy. Oh, you queer. This is so gay. Wait, new magic ship just dropped, dude? These are part of the same cycle. Right? No, okay, so they're not part of a cycle. Is there an untagged cycle on Scryfall? 1, 2. Half of these aren't loading. 3. I guess this isn't, because this is the repartee one. Dog, can we load? Okay, great. Yeah, no, this is a cycle. Wait, no, it isn't. Oh, no! Heartbroken. Wait, maybe? Almost. There isn't a blue 2-drop that's a student. blue. There isn't a blue 2-drop student, so it isn't a cycle. I'm doing a video on cycles soon, so I'm always like hyper vigilant about like maybe a card's part of a cycle. Anyway, this feels great. I'm struggling to think about what else to talk about with this list, because honestly, I feel like it's doing everything kind of okay. We can't cut Guardian Project. We can't cut... Maybe we can cut Defense. Defense just feels a little slow. When exactly do they get too buffed to be considered twinks? I don't know. It's vibes. Just vibes. Twink cycling. Wait, Gavin, let me in on Mystery Booster 4. You can have a cycle of cards. It'd be like, for blue it'd be twink cycling. I think it's blue. And then for red it'd be butch cycling. And then for green it would be does Gavin even know what a twink is? I think so. Bear cycling for green, yeah. And then black would be oh shit, what's the opposite of butch? I forgot. I'm not a lesbian. I always forget it. Because butches just take up way more of the air. The gravitas. Femme. Is it femme and butch? I could have sworn it wasn't femme and butch. Yeah, goth cycling for black. Damn, let me in. We got a whole cycle. I've been thinking about how good of a designer I'd be at Wizards of the Coast. I'd be fire. Not fire design. Wait, hang on. That has implications of me being a bad designer. Whitest princess cycling! Twink cycling is black, actually. I don't know. Maybe. Probably. A black or blue. It could be Demir. Okay, maybe not Flicker or Fade. It does a little bit too little for being so expensive. Maybe this is a Cloud Shift deck, and this is not. I typed Cloud Shift deck. This is not something I do lightly. But Cloud Shift is 1 mana, so it lets you curve a little nicer with Recruiter. No, we're always playing Fairy Artisans on turn 6 and Rune on 5. This is wrong. So I guess we do like, instead of running the Reclamation Sage from earlier, we can run Chomping Changeling. And the reason is that it has a bigger butt, and so it can block 1/1s. Let's get our Lush Portico. Surveil 1, Graveyard. Defense of the Heart's really good. That card's incredible. Arcane Signet. Next turn. Brush land. 1, 2, 3, 4. Defense of the Heart. Probably not triggering. That's fine. Rune. Alright, next turn. This cracks. Fairy Artisans, Dour Portmage. Honestly, getting Eternal Witness to pick this back up would also be insane. I think maybe we do run Forbidden Orchard, just because we do not give a fucking shit what our opponents like have in play. And this also feeds our Defense of the Heart, which is very strong. Are we in Riptide? Do we want to be? I don't think so. Because I think we just want to dedicate full force Flickering Fairy Artisans because it's funny. Anyway, I think this is about good to go. We fixed your mana for you. We added a little Starfield Shepherd package. We cut a lot of flicker spells that feel a little bit redundant with the commander. We added another way to go grab fairy artisans, and we also had to populate. Okay, this feels like a lot. What about Bright Glass? Bright Glass is cute. What are we getting? Soul Ring, birds, Insidious Fungus. Yeah, it's just double the price of Starfield Shepherd, but not quite double the value. You could build this deck to be a good Bright Glass deck, but also you need to like really pay attention to your mana sources because it is white, white, green, green. Anyway, thank you for getting a deck review. Let's push Bill to the back because Bill says that he will watch it later. I wish Wargate was good. Wargate is fine. Wargate is 3 mana ramp for any land and put it directly into play. Like, that feels good in certain decks. Not this one. But in certain decks, 3 mana put any land into play is very nice. Right? Is it an instant? No, it's a sorcery. That kind of sucks. If it was an instant. But Wargate tutoring any land directly into play is very strong. If Wargate was an instant, we wouldn't be talking about it being bad. That's for certain. I think it's a totally fine card for lands decks. If you want to put Teleria West in your Bant lands deck, you would also want Wargate. That's my opinion. Hi, Salty. I saw you earlier in chat. I imagine you're still here. Hashaton. Ooh, wow. This is a low oh, this is sexy. I love this curve. Go ahead, hangover suffering. I'm a little hungover. It's not bad though. It's like a light little minor headache I got going on. What do you think about Hobbit Hole? Speaking of your end step, I'll crack a Hobbit Hole. Yeah, I think Hobbit cycling's cool. Or halfling cycling, rather. Whatever they put on the card. Okay, so. This seems way too cute. Esper Reanimator. With less of a zombie focus. Less zombies, better mid-range pieces, and better discard options. Yeah, Binding Mummy's funny, though. Corpse Knight, I don't like. I'm going to lock in Corpse Knight as a cut here. Under no circumstances would I be running this. Unless we have like something that like makes like 50 tokens when it enters. Which we don't. So I don't like Corpse Knight. The drain's just not worth this. The juice isn't worth the squeeze. I also think this is a little middling. Paying 5 mana to get a 4/4 copy of something is a big ask, especially with already all these discard outlets that are pretty decent. Probably not Lord of the Accursed. I just don't think anthems are generally that good unless they come in like multiples, like an insane amount of multiples. This one is insane. Zombie Master is always very good. Discard all the cards in your hand if you do draw that many cards. This seems kind of expensive for what it does. 4 mana. Ugh. Zombies control of Afflict 3. When this creature enters, draw cards equal number of zombies you control. Yeah, that is insane. That's great. I'm fucking with the rest of these. Honest to God, I'm fucking with the rest of these so hard. Archon without persist, pensive. Dog, we have a reanimate in the command zone. You are wincing for no reason. And we have reanimate. And you're like, I need persist, please. Like, come on. Wrong format, bud. Go back to modern. Been hating to Spark recently, if I'm going to be entirely honest. Remember this card was $10 after Hashaton got printed? Hear Me Out Grozath in a 9-drop package? Dog, hang on. You might be cooking. Slap Fleshback for Accursed. So Accursed is actually not always better in this deck because sacking a non-token creature might just only be Hashaton. Because keep in mind, you're making a token copy of the object that comes back. So the fact that Fleshback Marauder makes you sacrifice a token is sometimes better than Accursed Marauder. I think Kindred Discovery is too slow. I think you're able to get a lot of value out of these objects up here without needing to have card draw engines. On Wings of Gold is... No, this isn't that good. About the new Starscream card? I don't just go adding Transformers to people's decks. Because I wouldn't do that. Refute feels a little slow, but honestly doing that for 6 mana is kind of fun, isn't it? Okay, so we freed up some slots. Let's add some giant fucks. Riptide Gearhulk's not on the list of giant fucks. Honestly, I actually don't think I like Rise of the Dark Realms that much. I think I would actually prefer Victimize, yeah, and then you Tortured Existence. Not Tortured Existence, sorry. Living Death. Right? Living Death is just that, but better. And then you have Bajuka Bog already, and then you cut a Swamp for Bogart Trawler. Right, so now you have 2 ways to exile target player's graveyard. 3 if you want to run Thraben Charm, which actually probably recommend. Maybe over Lethal Scheme, because I don't think our board's getting quite as wide as we think it is. And Thraben Charm I know reads like a wide board card, but 2 creatures equals 4 damage. That's already on par with a Braid, which is all I really need. And this deck could definitely make 2 creatures happen. Is this a Chthonian Nightmare deck? I am not sure. I'm going to lock in maybe. The fact that the commander's cheap is very nice. The fact that we make tokens is very nice. You know what? Let's add it. It probably wouldn't hurt. How much does a 2-drop looter affect the curve of a 2-drop commander? So it does a little bit. Ideally, we swap like as many of these as we can for 1-drop looters. Like I think Ghostly Pilferer is one of the meeker ones. Sir's Merfolk Looter. Psychic Frogs broke. All the rest of these are fine. Gran. Yeah, I was about to say Gran. Welcome to the deck. You and I are on the same page here, Rothek. Might actually be good. Why you might actually be good in Gran? Gran is good. Gran is actively good. Might be good. Gran might be okay. Gran's awesome. STFU. I think Starfield Shepherd's on the menu here, right? I mean, these are all just discard outlets. I don't know if we really need her. So we have a bunch more slots to play around with. Let's do Elish Norn Grand Cenobite. Keep singular cards under $50, but if they're amazing, run it. Yeah, like I'm putting Ellie. No. That's not the right Ellie. Elish Norn Grand Cenobite. ETB doubling Elish Norn, perfectly fine card. Awesome piece of cardboard. This piece of cardboard kills people and makes them unable to play Magic, which is awesome. So now we can do, what is the name of the snake? Champion of Wits. When Champion of Wits enters the battlefield, you may draw cards equal to its power. If you do, discard 2 cards. This is already meant to be like an Eternalized kind of create a 4/4 object with it card. And the fact that you can just do that for 3 mana is very strong. Is Unholy Grotto still good here? Yeah, it's pretty great, right? This returns zombie. Put zombie from graveyard on top. Yeah, that's awesome. We still run a few zombies, and we're not that. We can run a few colorless utility lands. So 1, 2. Yeah, we run 2 colorless utility lands. That's totally fine. Let's do Mausoleum Wanderer. Ignore all the text about spirits. That doesn't matter. Blue, flying, 1/1. Sacrifice this creature. Counter target instant or sorcery spell unless their controller plays X, where X is this creature's power. So you play this on turn 1, and it's a 4 spike. Or you play it on turn. Like, you discard it to Hashaton, and then you reanimate it as a 4/4 that deals with board wipes and counter spells and stuff, and it's really annoying. Like, how much is Esper Sentinel? Oh my god. Are you shitting me? It's not that good, guys. It's not Rhystic Study good. It's great. It's a great card. It's not $60 good. Yeah, I put in considering. I would not pay $60 for that card. I'd pay maximum $15 for Esper Sentinel. I opened mine from a pack. I wouldn't be running it otherwise. Let's do Collective. No, Collective Brutality is a little too weak. I want a couple big fucks that win the game by themselves again. I mean, you could just do Phyllis. Broker of Blood. Pay 2 life. Target creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn. Whenever you lose life, draw that many cards. And then you run Grim Servant, Entomb, and Final Parting. So now we have a plan B. So plan A, 1-drop Hashaton, 3-drop, start playing Magic. Plan B, Final Parting, reanimate to hand, to graveyard, Villas, Valgavoth, take your choice. So you have 2 roads here that you can take to get to where you need to be. Is Hashaton plus Lurrus anything, or did I cook too hard? It's a very hard deck to pull off. But it's something we've reviewed before on stream. Maybe Mother of Runes. Always just very good in these kind of tap-out decks that care about creatures a lot. And then maybe cap it all off with a Waterlogged Teachings? Especially since we have a free counter magic. So in a world where you don't have a lot of action going on, you can hold this. Like, we're getting flooded. And then you can cast this to get either Deadly Rollick or Fierce Guardianship, and just, you're basically paying 4 mana for a negate or an exile target creature at that point, because you probably have your commander in play. Did you put Frantic Search in there? Yeah, absolutely. That's like the first card you put in this deck. Yeah, it's right here. Does the new Queen of Dale work here? She's okay. Is she better than Ledger Shredder? Is she better than Malcolm? Is she better than Psychic Frog? Probably not. She's maybe worth trying out. This is an instance where I actually don't think I like bounce lands. I know it works really well with the untapping, but I think synergizing with just Frantic Search isn't a reason to ruin our perfect 1, 2, 3 curve. I think for the same reason I don't like Rafine's Tower, because we're probably always fetching for the Surveil lands anyway. No Dimir Aqueduct, no Azorius Chancery. Elk, would you play Confiscate and Bebother in Commander? Yeah, probably. Where do the cards go that you don't end up picking, and how much does it counter a spell for if they can't pay for it? What are those two modes? Can you enlighten me here? Because I do not quite remember the exact rules text of the card. In fact, this is a perfect home for Fastlands too. It's unless they pay 4, and then where do the cards go that you do not put in your hand? Do they go in the bottom or do they go in the graveyard? Because those are two incredibly different things. Draw 2, pitch 1. Ah, haha! I see. It's not look at the top X. It's not confounding riddle. It's draw 2, pitch 1. Yeah, no, that it's a perfect Magic card. I'd put that in every commander deck for all time. It's draw 2, discard 1. I remember. Yeah, no, it's good. Very good. Would I put it in this deck? Probably not. Would I put it in commander decks in general? Yeah. Basically 2 steps ahead. Okay, we can live in Fantasyland. Let's get... Oh, tagged Fastland. What was the Fastland we're missing? Is Fastland, sorry. Elk, what would if you played Thran Turbine and Hashtag? Very funny. I think it restricts how you play the game too much, because I have been on Thran Turbine before. For those that don't know, Thran Turbine adds 2 colorless mana, but only during your upkeep. So it's kind of like Soul Ring, but you can only use it during your upkeep. I used to have it in Kinesos, Priest of Thassa, and it felt way too restrictive, where I'm like tapping out for a sea monster on my upkeep. Fuck off. Like, no way. I want to hold up my counter magic. Same thing with this deck. I want to hold up my interaction. I want to do it on your turn. I want you to do your giant turn, and then I want to flash out Elish Norn or Valgavoth and whatever to counter your shit. This hand sucks. This hand's okay. My Stern Constable. Okay, maybe we do a cut on Holy Grotto. Do you run Urban Burgeoning in Kinesos? No. I don't run any Seedborn Muse kinds of things in Kinesos. I feel like they're a little bit too easy. I've thought about Shadow of the Second Sun, maybe Wilderness Reclamation, but I wouldn't put like Seedborn Muse or Urban Burgeoning or anything like that. Plus, Urban Burgeoning giving it 1 mana discount isn't actually as good as it seems. It is good in certain decks. It's not in Kinesos, where the activation's 4 mana. We do not control the Plains or Island. So here's Concealed Courtyard, 1/2, Hashaton. Okay, so we can notice the majesty of fucking Arcane Signet doing nothing in this deck. I guess you can do this. Nice. I love check lands in my deck that doesn't have any lands to check. I guess it is kind of doing something here. Okay, choose and discard a card. Mausoleum Wanderer. Okay, it just has token on it already, I think. So now we have a 4 mana counterspell whenever we want it. Oh, we couldn't have discarded anything. We don't have a target. Duh, what the fuck am I doing? Is Frantic Search in? Seems very good with Hashaton. Is the first card that you put in Hashaton in the deck? Yes, it is in the deck. Yeah. Did you put Island in your deck? Yeah, I did. Okay. Unless type land sort USD ID equals 2. Two or more others. control. Because I want to get the... hang on, I can just do minus is check land. So take out all the check lands because these feel pretty shit. Exotic Orchard's already in. Command Tower's already in. Fast land's already in. Would the reveal lands be good? Snarls? Snarls are like probably the worst lands in Magic that people think are good. I hate Snarls. Check lands are not... If you're not running check lands, you should not be running Snarls. I guess we could do the... Because I do want to avoid tap lands kind of at all costs here, just because we have like such a fast curve, and I want to be able to enable that in most games. Like shock lands are like, no way. Like set equals MH3. Like we just don't have type land. Set equals MH2 type land. We can put in the panes, right? Oh, they were MH1. I'm a moron. Are they only... Like, where are the pain lands? Signet lands? Signet lands are actually Satan. Sajiri Shelter to protect her big reanimates. All right. I'd keep this even though we don't have blue. Could we lose? Great. So maybe you don't keep those in hindsight. Flooded Strand fetch. Hollowed Fountain. White, black. Hashaton. Next turn. Discard this, pay 4. Oh, that's really good. So you vamp tutor here for like a Valgavoth Terror Eater. And then you go 1, 2, 3, discard this. You have a 4/4. So if they can't try to board wipe this turn, you fuck them up. And then this turn you go. Like, look at this. You have Fierce Guardianship up. You have Mausoleum Wanderer up. Like, what do? You're fucked. Oh, do you think Petrified Hamlet should be a staple for EDH? Staple is a really big word that implies a lot of things. I think Petrified Hamlet is a totally fine Magic the Gathering card. In fact, I run it in my Azorius control deck. And I'm actually a very firm believer in Petrified Hamlet and control as a one-of. Because it beats Beseiju, it beats Otawara, which is typically are both answers to Isochron Scepter. It doesn't beat both at the same time. Titan, you fucking terrible deck. Anyway, but Petrified Hamlet is good in a lot of situations like that. And you can also just name their fetch lands, color screw them. Like worst case scenario, Demolition Field is a cool one to name. If they've drawn more Field of Ruins, You know they have more demolition fields in their hand. You can name those. Quarry Mountain Monastery is a good way to get ground out of a game and lose. So naming Quarry Mountain Monastery is an incredible thing to name, honestly. It's also better in Modern because people run forward fetches. It's not that good against fetch lands. It's decent against fetch lands. Like, it's unironically pretty good. But it's more for the Quarry Mountain Monasteries of the world. These things that help aggressive decks kind of outgrind control. These are better. Elk, are you standard enjoyer? No. I think standard's a really bad format. And I let me rephrase. I think standard has a lot of fun things about it. Sure. It has some appeal. But like a format that rotates that regularly is more expensive than modern. It's legitimately more expensive to play standard than to play modern. And I know the modern decks are like, depending on which ones you buy, like $500 to $1,000, $500 to $1,000 rather. But standard, you're doing that every like 2 years. You're buying a new deck. Whereas like some variant of blue-white control has been viable for like the past decade. Three-year standard though. Yeah, but the meta is so volatile because there's just so few cards. It's way less stable than modern. And I know modern had Modern Horizons. Pause, hang on. Modern had Modern Horizons, right? That did shake up the format multiple times. But blue-white is still blue-white at the end of the day. Do you know where like $300 of blue-white comes from? It's from the fucking lands. It's from these. This is where most of the money of this deck is from. Do you know what the else is the money's from? Teferis, Solitudes. These are not moving. These have no motion. These are eternal and modern. Right? It's all this shit that fluctuates. And honestly, not that expensive in the grand scheme of things. Force of Negation's also one of these Solitude cards that doesn't budge. Like when you pick up the staples for modern, playing the format is so much cheaper than you would think. Anyway, do we put in something to give haste to tokens? Dog, if you're doing turn 5 Valgavoth, you don't need anything else on Earth. Do you know one of my favorite things to do is like they pay for the word for Valgavoth, you go, cool, Sajiri Shelter, protection. Nice. Thanks for paying the ward. Counter your spell. Evil. Standard sadly hasn't been affordable since pre-War of the Spark. Yeah, exactly. Honestly, pick up Prowess, pick up Burn. There's so many fun, cheap decks in Modern that are worth playing and that will probably not be budging from the format in a long time. Like, it's like 100 of this is Ugins, which you don't even need to buy. You can be on Devour of Destiny instead. Oh, this is, yeah, this is modern. Neobrand's pretty cheap and hilarious. Boros Ponza's cheap and actually pretty decent. Although that one's a little bit more volatile. Yeah, Belcher's fun. Love Belcher. This is such an interesting combo deck. Rakdos Burn. Boros Burn. Very cheap decks. Standard's gotten a little bit more expensive because I think a lot of decks are now running forces and such. But I love my two modern decks, Trudge and my white-blue deck. And they're both relatively budget. They're like, for modern, this is pretty cheap. No one plays anything but Commander at my local shops. It's super easy, I think, to convert Commander players into Pauper players. And then from Pauper, you can start playing real formats. Anyway, this is my Pauper deck. This is not the average price of a Pauper deck. I would say average price of a Pauper deck is maybe $80, if I had to guess. Most of my shop is kids or boomers. Oh, yeah, no. So you're going to want to find trans women. They play Pauper the most. There's like a couple boomers sprinkled in. More like millennials. Find whatever card shop the trans girls play at, and they're probably playing Pauper. And then that's how you get into 60 card formats. I live in the middle of nowhere, Elk. So you need to move. So moving is our option. I'm going to fetch a swamp here. Oh, no, actually, let's get an island. So hollowed fountain. Oh, wait, no, I do need a swamp. Darn. So let's do this then. Blue, black. Boop, boop. No, all the trans girls were playing Commander Precon League at the other shop. No, so what you do is you bring Pauper decks there. And you go, hey, does anyone want to play Pauper with me? Oh my god! And then you can start a Pauper scene that easily. This format is so much fun. That's what you have to say. You have to say it like that too. Ooh, I don't know if I like Wayward Servant. Sorry, I don't like this for the same reason I don't like Corpse Knight. I bring my cube, gotcha. That works too. Okay. Archfiend of Ifnir. No, sorry. What's the name of the fucking demon? Shefet Archfiend. Cycling 2 when this creature enters, you fucking -2/-2 all creatures. You can cycle it for 2. This card sucks, but it's so funny. You need to believe me. I'm wondering if Demonic Council's worthwhile. Consider it. It's like $1 card. Buy one. Buy one. It's $3. My fault. But buy one. It is $1. Okay, why is it giving me like the most expensive version? Anyway, buy this for $1. You have a lot of demons in this deck. It could be funny. Massacre Worm, but worse? Dog, this discards itself. And it's a demon, so you can get off Demonic Council. Okay, this is keepable. Honestly, with the Bajuka Bog draw, I think we're going to turn 1 Fetch Shock for Hollowed Fountain. And then you deploy Mommy. And then this turn you go Bajuka Bog. Mommy can protect herself. This turn, you go Hachachan. You can Deadly Rollick something maybe. You can protect Hashton. And then this turn, World's your oyster, right? Like, hello, welcome. 1, 2, 3. Frantic Search. Draw 2. Discard 2. Oh my goodness, what a splendid day. Shieldred the Whispering one for me? A token zombie copy? You got nothing else to play. Mother of Runes protects. Like, this is why Mom's so good in these Reanimator decks. Mom's so good in Magic the Gathering decks, to be clear. But in creature decks specifically. Surveil 1. Oh, Shielder trigger. Bring back Prophet of the Scarab. Oh my god, we control 3 zombies? Today's our lucky day. Let's draw 1, 2, 3. And then card for turn. We only drew lands. That's fine. Anyway, black, 1. Zombie Master, blue. Ledger Shredder. And now we're set up to have double regenerate on all 3 of these zombies. Sometimes you take weird choices for synergy purposes. Are we talking about the demon, the Shefet Archfiend, or are we talking about Mother of Runes? Because Mother of Runes is not a weird choice. Mother of Runes is very normal choice, I like to think, for decks where you don't want your creatures to be touched. But, like, this is our turn 5, dude. Black. Like, you can double regenerate any 2 of these in the face of a board wipe. You're protected against single target removal. You have a looting engine online.
You top deck Hoarding Broodlord. Evil. Yeah, honestly, I'm just going to hand this back to you. So there is a thought to be had about Saw in Half. Because we are a Hoarding Broodlord deck. And some of these are funny in multiples. So think about a Saw in Half. You don't have to buy it. This is one of the Demonic Council options. Saw in Half can Saw in Half Hoarding Broodlord. And then you can get Entomb Reanimate. Right, Saw in Half, if you get off Grim Servant, you can Saw Grim Servant in half, and then you can get Reanimate Entomb once again, or you can get Big Idiot if you can just have enough creatures to convoke it. I don't know. It's a thought. I don't think it's required in this deck. In fact, it might detract from what your commander's doing. But yeah, the rest of this deck works out pretty well. Thank you, Salty, for getting a deck review. All right, we have Waroki. Sorry, I can never pronounce your name. And Chuckles, which is an awesome name. Do we have either of you here? Paging. Chuckles is here. So Chuckles paged in first. And Waroki's also here. So we'll do Chuckles first, and then Waroki, you're on deck. And then we can get around to the last deck review after that, which is Bill. Queen Marchesa, Lich Queen. More. Duplicate. Sort. Mana value. Oh, I see what we're doing. I see what we're doing, you little worm. It is a Life Exchange Monarchy extra turn deck. It was the first commander I ever made back when Conspiracy Take the Crown came out. My group of friends just played Commander, so looking at my collection, Queen Marchesa seemed cool. And after searching for combos in black, I came across Lich / plus Repay in Kind and never looked back. Ever since then, I've been tweaking and altering the deck as I learn more about the game alongside my playgroup. Whilst the game plan may have changed a lot, the core strategy of Life Exchange as WinCon has always been the focus. With this version, as it is now, being full game plan, being able to use can't lose the game cards to prevent myself to dying to my extra turn cards. I see. So you can't lose the game, but we're also taking extra turns. And then also dropping your life total down to 0, so you can swap life totals and kill them. Maybe it's worth mentioning or not, but the most recent changes of the deck were removing Solemnity, Glacial Chasm, Gixing Puppeteer, Black Widow, Agile Avenger, King Solomon's Frogs, MODOK, Evil Intellect. Okay, that's fine. I don't care about what cards are added, but I don't want to see Lich plus Repay in Kind removed. With the deck's history, they aren't just pet cards, but the deck signature, everything else is fair game. For me, what I don't like about Repay in Kind is I think it might detract from Mr. Negative and stuff. Just the single target life swaps, because why am I ever doing anything other than Repay in Kind with my Demonic Tutor? Why am I reaching for any other card? I don't know if I like Access of Mortality in that case. I don't know. I think we could just go down to Repay. Also, Lich is hard to cast, but you have an Urborg probably. Yep. Darksteel Angel soon. Yeah, true. Oh, that's a 9-drop. It's less about having a problem with the deck and more needing another set of eyes on it. Finding advice and recommendations on the strategy feels impossible. So far, all I've had is my intuition to go off of. I worry that its ramp for the expensive plays like Lich plus Repay in Kind might need some work. Okay. No, I can look through this really quick for sure and tell you what's up. So, I think numero uno.
Love Gideon. Love Platinum Angel. Love Herald. I think you meant to add the other MODOK to your deck, right? The MODOK that lets you pay life. And not this object, right? Either way, I think... No, that was the one. Dog, that one reeks, does it not? Whenever you draw your second card each turn, target opponent sacrifices a for 5 mana? That's glacial. For me, I'm I thought you were talking about the other MODOK, where you can pay any amount of life. I don't like Wall of Blood, and I'm going to tell you why. It's because Blood Celebrant exists. And you know what's great about Blood Celebrant? You can get it off of Starfield Shepherd and Friends. I didn't know that existed. Okay, we're going to have a lot to learn today. Because I'm the person who thinks about life swapping the most. Nice. Scryfall is down, which is very excellent. But luckily, I have all these cards memorized. Blood Celebrant. Pay 1 life, add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. So you add black, and then you pay that black and a life, and you add a black mana to your mana pool, and then you pay that black and a life, and then you add a black mana to your mana pool until your life total 0. Why don't you change your settings for creating decks to sorting by mana value? I didn't even know I could do that, honestly. Anyway, Blood Celebrant's awesome because you can tutor for it off of Starfield Shepherd. Ranger Captain of Eos. Ranger Captain's expensive. Let me know what your cap is on that because you didn't really give me a budget number. This is $40. It is a $40 card. This is like one of the rare ones where I'm like, yeah, this is pretty good. But tutors for a 1-drop. Blood Celebrant. Starfield Shepherd. 15 cents. Tutors for a 1-drop. Don't worry about budget, I think. Okay, great. Yeah, Ranger Captain of Eos is fucking cracked. This card's evil. Last Chance Warrior's Oath, Final Fortune. I am curious if you want a combo with those, because there is a method to go about doing that. Coin of Fate. When this artifact enters Surveil 1, exile 2 target cards. This seems so slow. Once again, so slow. Fine. If you would lose the game. Seems like one of the weaker options when compared to like Platinum Angel. It's mainly an instant speed way to get Monarchy for the courts. Yeah, I like King Solomon's Frog. I just think we're kind of splitting our attention here with the courts. Like, I don't know if I really like Court of Lochthwain, for instance. Like, it's kind of slow. If you would be dealt damage, put that many delay counters on it. Plus, I'd rather just like Turbo Fog opponents to keep the Monarchy. I see. Okay, so we're preventing delay counters, and then you have Phyrexian on life. That seems glacial. It's a funny card, but it seems so slow. You need 7 planet counters on that thing. Court of Ire, I think, is just the expensive odd one out here. Court of Embereth, I'm also not a big fan of. The white and black ones we can maybe argue for, although Court of Ardenvale. Court of Ardenvale. You do have Solitary Confinement, though. Because these two are kind of a wombo. But you do skip your draw step. That's fine. Court of Grace is a little bit of an odd one out, I think. So, like, just run the cool courts that are funny. It's like Ardenvale or Lochthwain. Literally these two. But it's won me a couple games. Yeah, but I'm about to win you so many more games from, like... I know Vidal is there to flash in the courts, but I think we're a little distracted when we could just be swapping life totals with people. Great news about swapping life totals, by the way. You really don't got to worry about, like, taking a lot of damage from things. Okay, so I'm sure you already know about this, but there is Isochron Scepter. Isochron Scepter can imprint Final Fortune, and you can take infinite turns if you have a Platinum Angel. I'm not saying this is correct for the deck. I'm saying that is something you can think about. So you'll never be found. Okay. Let's do Keurig. Maybe. Kirk. No, that's not his name. Son of Yagma. I love when my inability to spell makes things hilarious. Dog, what is his fucking name? There you go. Considering. Sideboard. Once again, another card that might be too strong. Because this plus Blood Celebrant goes crazy. Because you can pay 3 life to add mana of any color. Which is Treasonous Ogre, which is very good. Access Mortality is probably too slow. You have all these cards that say whenever you draw your second card each turn, do something, and they all... Okay, Black Widow's good, but the rest of these are like... Tatar is also good, but the rest of these are like kind of mid. Okay, cut a swamp, cut a plains, and then you go... Ramunap Ruins. Probably over... Coffers makes some amount of sense. We have Expedition Map 2, Weathered Wayfarer, sure. Boros Garrison out. So we put it in Ramunap Ruins, Shefet Dunes, If Near Deadlands, Cactus Preserve, maybe? I don't think we're doing Arid Archway stuff this time around. And then we can cut up plains for that one. And then this is just a Reflecting Pool. And then you do Sand Scout. Right, it's just a catch-up ramp piece. It's pretty decent. I always want to be the one thing that keeps you up at night. Graveyard to hand. Ugh. Is it okay to add Darksteel Angel? I'm not sure. Vandal Blast is always kind of like, okay. Okay, we have a bunch of slots to play around with now. I think first... we added Blood Celebrant, we added Weathered Wayfarer. Let's add Children of Corliss. Sacrifice Children of Corliss. You gain life equal to the amount of life you lost this turn. So, if you have Starfield Shepherd, you can go 2 mana, Starfield Shepherd, tutor for Blood Celebrant. 5 mana later, tutor for Children of Corliss. You now have both of these. So you can pay all of your life but 1, and then you can sack Children of Corliss to gain all that life back, which is a way to get a huge life gain surge trigger, which is really funny. Do you have a Reflecting Pool or an Exotic Orchard? What is the pool tap for? Cactus Preserve. Exotic Orchard and Cactus Preserve, I think it'll tap for 5C. It depends what your opponent's lands tap for, I guess. Okay. Let's add Keurig, why not? Would Phyrexian on life be bad here? Yeah, no, it'd be awful here. I don't know. Why would you ever consider that for this deck? Seems very bad. You could just do Ad Naz. That would be a little strong. We are bracket 4 already. You know what? We're bracket 4. Isochron, Scepter, Keurig in. Fuck these people. So, Ad Nauseum plus Phyrexian and Life or Platinum Angel is a combo. Because you can Ad Naz for your entire library. And then you go Keurig for 4 mana. And then you go, like, Lich. And then you go, like, Blood Celebrant, make infinite black mana. And then you repay in kind everybody. So if you have Ad Naz plus Phyrexian and Life, you win. If you have Isochron Scepter plus Final Fortune plus Platinum Angel, you win. Does this deck want rituals? Maybe. Like, a Dark Ritual could make a lot of sense here. Plunge into Darkness. Plunge is very good. Yeah, we could put Plunge in. Plunge into Darkness you can also put under Isochron Scepter, which is really funny. Can you pay Phyrexian mana without the life for it? The answer is no, actually. But that's okay, because... no, it's not okay. That's okay because you have Children of Corliss. Children of Corliss. Wait. Ding! Children of Corliss. So you do Ad Nauseam Phyrexian and Life, or Ad Nauseam Platinum Angel. Heartbreaking, dragging straight from Scryfall into Cube Cover is now broken for some reason and it's super annoying. No! I'm sure they'll bug fix that. Maybe it's because Scryfall's bugging out right now. Jessica's Will's also there, but no, making that much red mana kind of sucks. Bolsa Citadel will be insane then, no. Yeah, B Citadel would be great. So Bolsa Citadel. And then you have Insidious Dreams. Insidious Dreams. And then maybe just some more like stacks objects to stop your opponents from touching your cardboard. So we already have Grand Abolisher, but what about Voice of Victory, right? Voice of Victory is very strong. Ranger Captain we already added. That's very strong. We can add Orum's Chant. Or we could just add, like, actual silence, huh? So silence. Silence is a great thing to put under Isochron Scepter. If you are in a 1v1 situation and you have silence, Isochron Scepter, and Grand Abolisher, they are fucking locked, dog. Unless they have an instant that can blow up an artifact. Should we drop Tree Perdition in here, too? No. Draenith? Yeah, Draenith seems pretty good. Draenith slows people down. Okay, great. Let's play this. So, drop. Nomad Outposts. Next turn. Vault of Champions. 1-2. Starfield Shepherd. Go and grab Blood Celebrant. Next turn. Shreds of Sanity. This seems really fucking slow. Seems really slow. Any reason for silence over Orum's Chant? It hits all opponents. Orum's Chant is target player. I don't know if I really acclaim Jumper. So, how do we get the prison up here? I think maybe not Cloud Steel Current, and then you can maybe do some like reanimation stuff with Mr. Negative Platinum Angel, like Buried, Alive, Priest of Fell Rites, Reanimate. That seems like a good spread. So the joke here is that Buried Alive can put Mr. Negative, Platinum Angel, and Priest of Fell Rights into your graveyard, and you can Priest of Fell Rights unearth to reanimate one of the 2 objects. And then you also have access to reanimate to just cheat, which is very good. Cheating's incredible. Playtest, discard. Okay, this is keepable. Draw. Marsh Flats, pass. Dink. Shadowy Backstreet. Ellium Parlor. Sure. Surveil 1. Tataru Taru, sure. Arid Mesa. 1, 2. Tataru Taru, make a treasure. Fetch with Arid Mesa. And you'll get, what's the last one? It's Red Black Raucous Theater. Oh, you don't have it. Okay, that's fine. You have 2 surveils. I'm not gonna hound anyone for playing 2 surveils. That's a pretty good number. Most people run fucking 0. Although you should probably run it instead of Savai. 4. Queen Marchesa, you become the monarch. Oh, we have Academy Rector. Hang the fuck on. Sand Scout becomes 20 times better now that we have Academy Rector. I'm going to cut plains, and we're going to go ahead and add in a Lazotep Quarry. So this is a desert that is a fucking sack outlet. Sack a creature, add 1 mana of any color. What does Sand Scout do? When it enters the battlefield, if an opponent controls more lands than you, search your library for a desert card. Put it on the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. So you can search for any desert card, and that includes a... Okay, Nomad Outpost should be Raucous Theater. Valgavoth's Faithful. That's an interesting idea. I think it is a little too slow. Everything about this deck is already kind of slow, but when it does stuff fast, it does it very fucking fast. Arid Mesa, fetch. Get. T-Plains. Surveil 1. Graveyard. Next turn. Lazotep Quarry. Pass. 1, 2, 3. Anguish, I'm making your thing. Next turn. Luxury Suite. 1, 2, 3, 4. Queen Marchesa. Get the Monarch. Draw a card. Get Assassin next turn. Swing. Get the Monarchy back. Next turn. Okay, Blood Crypt. So we have 5 mana available to us here. So maybe we actually play Fell the Profane tapped. And then we go black, white, priest. Actually, black, 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 1. Beseech after combat. Insidious Dreams. Discard 1, 2, 3 cards. 4 cards. And then we get to stack the top 4. Actually, let's do 5 cards. So we can do Swamp. Repay in Kind. Toxic Deluge. We get 2 more options here. Silence. Oop. And we get 1 more card. Let's do... Plains. So hear me out. Because you go... No, it can't be Plains. Do you run Ancient Tomb? Any soul land. Type land. You could be running fucking Temple of the False God here. Because we're about to draw 2 cards. I guess you just do Final Fortune. Okay, that works. So you go swamp on top. So you're going to draw that. And then it's Final Fortune, Repaying Kind, Toxic Deluge, Silence. Next turn. Swamp. No, we stacked this wrong. You want to draw Final Fortune, and then Silence is on top. And then that's 6 mana. You cast this for 1. You cast Toxic Deluge, and this doesn't work because you needed... so instead of Silence, you get Phyrexian Unlife. That's the actual wombo. So instead of Silence here, you cast Phyrexian Unlife. Then you cast Toxic Deluge, X's your life total. And then you cast... the next one would be Repaying Kind. It's a Doomsday pile, basically. Do you review decks that depower them down a bracket? I have one that's bracket 4 by criteria, but I'd like to play it more. Yeah, I could absolutely do that for you. But anyway, if you stack your library with Bowls, the Citadel, and Insidious Dreams, Phyrexian Life, Repaying Kind, or Toxic Deluge, Repaying Kind, you need to pay all but 7 of your life to Toxic, and then you can repay. Yeah, Insidious Dreams is a messed up card with Bowls, the Citadel. Okay. Nothing felt particularly bad there. Everything kind of did its thing. Let's keep this hand. Draw. Sacred Foundry. Weathered Wayfarer. Next turn. If near Deadlands. 1/2 Priest of Fell Rites. Next turn. Caves. 1 white. 2 Black Widow. Next turn. Pineapple Monk. Black but Black Dark Ritual. Queen Marchesa. Voice of Victory. In the other order. Draw a card of Monarchy. Next turn. Tough. So luckily with Weather Wayfarer to get Blood Crypt. And then you pass, and then you go 1, 2, 3, 4. Insidious. You draw off the Monarchy actually first, so let's do that. So if you drew a land here, it'd be very easy to just go Insidious Dreams. Do we run actual Doomsday? No way. The joke here is that we're able to pay so much mana for like... So I guess you go dink, 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 dink. And you go draw. So the 1 ring. So we discarded 4 cards. So the 1 ring. Phyrexian Unlife. Ad Nauseam. And let's say Children of Corliss. And then it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. And you do that on their end step. And then this turn, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 ring. Draw a card. Next turn, we don't have protection from everything anymore, but we do have 2 more cards. And then here you go, white 1, tap, command tower. 1, 2, 3, Phyrexian Unlife, and you have Voice of Victory, so none of this is counterspellable. Next turn. And then you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ad Nauseam. Entire library in your hand. Like, this was really slow. But at the end of the day, it's not how slow a bracket 4 deck is that makes it bracket 4. It's how fast it can be. Children of Corliss. Sorry to move the window like that, but it had to be done. You can sack this, gain life equal to the amount of life you lost this turn. Maybe you keep one card in your library or something. So yeah, you have you would need one more mana, if I'm not mistaken, actually, because you need to go. No, because you need Blood Celebrant Keurig. This is definitely a very good advantage engine, believe it or not. But we did miss a lot of land drops that playtest. I'm just trying to think what's not working. Like, I feel like every card feels kind of alive. Ugh. I do think Cabal Coffers is really greedy, but in the same breath, I also think it's very good in this deck, because we do have a lot of things that are a lot of black mana. Like, most of our important stuff is black mana. And then now we have Blood Celebrant to filter the black mana into mana of other colors. That's kind of funny. I don't know. I think this is about good to go. I'm struggling to think about other things I would add to this deck. Anyway, hopefully you like some of the ideas that are posited here, even if you don't adopt all of them. Anyway, moving on, we got Waroki. Oh, nice simple Pride of the Hulklade. We're going to duplicate this deck. We're going to sort it by mana value. We're going to bulk at it and get rid of the Considering, which is not even there. And we're going to move the sideboard, which should be in the Considering, into the Considering. Okay. I'm trying out Simic with Pride of the Hulklade, and it's going pretty well. The plan is to ramp early via Dorks and Walls, and then draw lots of cards in Snowball. I can win via Psychosis Crawler, Beatdown, or overwhelm the board with Protean Hulk effects. I'm also running Food Chain, which is crazy with this commander. I mean, Food Chain is crazy. You don't have to say with this commander. The deck is already performing okay, but I'd love input to refine the strategies. Is it trying to do too much? The goal is to have a deck that is high bracket 3, as the other decks are closer to bracket 2. Okay. Looking over your lands, they look fine. I think this is 38, 39. That's probably okay. Pim Particles. This should probably be like Spatial Contortion. No, what is it called? MB equals 1. Oh, devoid. Oh, blocked. Slip through space. Target creature can't be blocked this turn, draw a card. Why is this better than Pim Particles? It's colorless, so you can't get blasted. Legitimately, that's it. The fact that this is devoid is actually insane. Spellbook. Dog, get a life. Reliquary Tower. Dog, get a life. Let's discard the cards to hand size. We'll be okay. You know what likes discarding cards to hand size? Analyze the Pollen. Traverse the Uvenwald. Make decisions. I trust you. Wizard class out. Okay, so major concern. A lot of mana to get this thing moving. And I don't know if the usual suspects are doing it all too well. Don't really like Wingcrafter for this. Okay, Arboreal Grazer is not actually a cut I want to make because it's a huge butt. Overgrown Battlement. Each card control with Defender, sure. Defender.
Lab man. We just don't need to be doing all that. There's other ways to win. Psychosis crawler. Yeah, I kind of need to find evasion, ramp, big butts. I can help you. There. For me, I'm like normally reaching for aura ramp, which I don't actually know is correct here. And it was you. Training Grounds is awesome. Omen Honker is awesome. How do we win outside of Craterhoof? Big butts hitting them. It's huge. You draw a billion cards, Psychosis Crawler. Tell you what, you can keep Spellbook, and honestly, you can keep Reliquary Tower. But we're going to make this a hand size matters deck. It needs to be Imperial Plate. Nerd Rage. Enchanted creature has you have no maximum hand size, and whenever this creature attacks, if you have 10 or more cards in hand, it gets +10/+10 until end of turn. I like Spellbook because I can find it with Urza Saga. Dog, I've never read something more depressing in my entire life than what you've just typed. A whole fucking world of artifacts out there, and you're like, I want to get Spellbook with Urza Saga. Fuck off. No tower defense? Yeah. Tower defense, like all these cards that like pump the toughness or like makes creatures butt battle, it's like we just have that in the command zone. Like, put Imperial Book. Put Imperial Plate on that thing. Kill them. They die. If you draw 30 and you're unable to win the game, that's on you, dog. I stand by I just don't want to put a fucking max speed card in my deck. Please spare me. I think it would be good, though. It's pissing me off. Because this ramps your commander by 4. Imperial Plate 2. Is this a deck from a decade ago? Imperial Plate's fine. Don't shit on this, you fucking asshole. Omen Hawker's great at equipping it. 20 Toto to win the game. I don't like cards that say win the game on them. Am I wrong? Toto's like Thorbook cool? No, none of them are cool. None of them are cool to me. I don't like much of any of them. Millennium Calendar. That's funny. Opposition. What's the one that mind over matter? Run this. Discard a card. You may untap target artifact, creature, or land. So what you do is you hit them, you draw 30 cards or something stupid, and then you untap all your lands and control them, and then you tap all their things, and then you fucking kill them. Mind over matter's broken. And in fact, this makes Aura ramp a lot better, so now we can go Wild Growth. Fertile Ground. And Overgrowth. So now if you attach all of these to one land, they tap for extra mana. And in fact, this is a place for Simic Growth Chamber. So anyway, Mind Over Matter's broken and stupid and dumb. This card's evil. Sadly, we can't keep this hand. Sadly, we can't keep this hand. Okay, we can keep this one, though. To the bottom with you, Otawara, the Soaring City. Drop. Beseiju. Next turn. Think, bounce, Beseiju. Breeding Pool. The next to it. I see, okay. Pass. Just draw a card with one. One. This is 7, 8, 10. Yep, so that costs one. Pass. I guess you could have activated him. My fault. On Venixwit. Or on Wan Shitong. So just draw 3. And then we draw this for turn. So now we're actually on turn 7 for real. Okay, so here. So we actually have 8 mana here. So we can double put it on Juan and then hit you with Juan and then draw a billion. It's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Move to discard. Dink. 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 Actually, keep Metamorphosis. That card's broken. Goodbye. Traverse. If we discard a sorcery, we will have 5 card types, eh? Right, Armored Trap Quarter. Next turn. Okay, that's just broken. Food Chain. Make 12 mana. Kalta. I guess you actually traverse first for basic. Yeah, but how do we win without Crater of, guys? Help. Help, guys. How do I win without Crater of? I'm gonna cry. I can't live. I can't win. You need to, like, we need to start killing these players. Guys, we need Laboratory Maniac. Oh. Prof would be fucking crazy in this deck. Prof doesn't work, actually. Prof's Eidetic Memory triggers at the beginning of combat. When do we draw billion cards? Not at the beginning of combat. The Toad Elk. Toad sucks, dog. Wizard class, then. Wizard class sucks, man. No. You need to pump that thing up. You looked at that game and you're like, we need more. Fuck you. But Elk, we could have had like 15 +1/+1 counters on our creatures. Our infinite power board? Yeah, right, dog. Yeah, my fault. Overgrowth Island. One green Fertile Ground Island. And then this taps for 4. 1, 2. 3. So we spent 3, so we still have 1 floating. So nothing. Okay, great. 1, 2. Actually, we can keep this up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bedrock, tortoise. Think. 1, 2, 3. Enduring vitality. So maybe we should have gotten an island with traverse. That's the only thing I would have changed here. Because now we can hold up mana drain. Because of enduring vitality. Only issues is like getting through now. Like, this is never happening, right? They're never letting our creatures through. What's her name? Herald of Secret Streams. Doesn't that only trigger on creatures with counters on them? The fuck? No way. What is her name? Tetsuko. Creatures you control with toughness or power 1 or less can't be blocked. Goodbye, Aqua's form. This is a creature you can tutor for. That's way better than not being a creature. Great. Let's get them blockers with our spells, actually. That sounds like a great idea. Escape tunnel. It's fine. I just don't like the idea of giving up a land drop for that. What is Tapestry Warden? No. Yeah, so Tetsuko, Muddle the Mixture, which can get your choice of Winged Boots or, where are you? Tetsuko. So you can get either Tetsuko or Winged Boots with Muddle. And if you're a moron, you can grab Thought Vessel too, I guess. I'm trying to think about who else should be included here. Trying to get creatures through. Oh, the stupid Cassetto. Cassetto's very good. Target creature can't be blocked this turn. Maybe not for this deck, but like generally speaking, he's pretty decent. You could just go like Teleria West to transmute for spellbook. Aw, cooking. Escape tunnel's basically free. It's not basically free. You have to give up a land drop for it. Chat, come on. Think. This is why I like Mind Over Matter, by the way. You're just able to like tap, 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 and then hit them, and then redraw your entire hand. It's pretty fucking broken here. Oh no, -1 land. It matters. Grow up. Let's do Cryptic Command. Tap all your creatures. And then we have Hall of the Bandit Lord. Holy shit, this is $17 again. I remember when this got really cheap. But Hall's very good. It gives haste. Is Cactus Preserve in here? Ooh, that's a fun one. Yeah, because our commander is huge. We finally broke Mind in the Matter. I always hated people who say shit like that. It's like, can you just have fun? Okay. Can we smile and have a good time here? We get it. You're clever. Cool. Here I just pass, and then you go. Wan Shi Tong X's 3. Draw 2 card, or draw a card. Do you have enough mana for Archetype of Imagination? It's fine. Dink. Dink. Plus 1, 2. Spell Skite. Swing wand, draw 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my god, Reliquary Tower did something. It saved us 1 discard. Anyway, Spellscape blows up. Forest. 1, 2. Imperial Plate. 1, 2. +1/+1 for each card in our hand. +7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blue, blue. Swing. Draw 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this is where something like Commandeer would really cook. But Mind into Matter is also pretty good. So tap your blocker. Tap your blocker. Tap your blocker. Swing. Draw 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Is Runati in? Where are we getting the idea that this is like a +1/+1 counters deck? Oh, I guess Runati... Actually, wait, no. Runati's different than a +1/+1 counter synergy deck. Synergy card, because Pride would be able to swing right away. Yeah, that's pretty fucking awesome. Key to the City. I like Key. So yeah, so Runati is expensive, by the way. $15! Cast spell Fire Greater, enters with a number of counters on it equal to its mana value -4. And then creatures controlled with 3 more counters have haste. So yeah, that's a pretty good recommendation. I want Commandeer. We just have so many cards in our hand. Just being able to like get rid of a spell we don't like for a billion cards is fine. Foil is up there as a cheap inclusion. Counter target spell, discard an island card and another card rather than pay the spell's mana cost. We have a bunch of islands, and we'll probably draw into them when you draw 20. Okay, Cliffhaven Kite Sail out for Key to the City, which can also get got off Muddle the Mixture. Neoform's cute. I like that enough. Enduring Vitality feels weird because we just don't have any fucking wide board enabling. Surak and Goreclaw and Verdant Avatar don't feel like they come down until it doesn't matter. Tutorable by Saga. I guess, but then at that point just run Zephyr Boots. Right. Zephyr Boots is better. Sun Quan. Pfft. Yeah, it's way too expensive. Zephyr Boots if you want something that gets tutored by Saga. This is better than the rest of those. Hot Soup. That's worse than Zephyr Boots in my opinion. There's some things it does better, some things it does worse. Maybe not Cryptic. It's probably just a little bit too expensive. Okay. I mean, a couple free counter magic. It's pretty good. Maybe no Concordant Crossroads, and you just rely on Hall of the Bandit Lord to be your haste. And Crashing Drawbridge, which also ramps you. And then you can run like Shimmer Wild's Growth, which works with Mind Over Matter. Okay. I think this is ready to go. Can't keep this. Can keep this. I don't know why I said like this is a particularly good hand. It's fine. Keep. Ooh. Double Jeweled Lotus. Arbor Head Errant. 0. Green Pride. 15 mana. Walls of Bossing Say. Collective Resilience. Protect the Walls of Bossing Say. Next turn. Island. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't be blocked. Also is huge. Also, let's put Psychosis Crawler in play. Swing, draw 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Spellbook. Just pass. And then you can go foil, discard island card. This just makes it easier to see. Do we have island? An island of any sort? Automara Forest? No, we don't. Bummer. We have Misty Rainforest. We can Beseiju stuff. Do we have... Oh, we had Neoform. Yeah, you could have Neoformed into Galta. Stampede Tyrant. Played that. And then, actually, no, wait, you would just win here. Because instead of getting Galta... Oop, not move all to exile, sorry. But anyway, you get Cultivator Colossus. And then you'd probably get at least 10 lands there that make Psychosis Crawler kill everyone. So, yeah, that one on turn 6. Like, this is going to be pretty good. I think this is set. Thank you for getting a deck review. I think this one turned out pretty well. All right. Lastly, we got Bill. I will watch the stream later. The game plan is to get Minthara's counters online with Flicker Flex or Sacrifices, and then make use of +X+O effects on first strikers and double strikers to make the most use out of it. The deck also includes ETBs that would be beneficial to Flicker, a few ways to proliferate the experience counters, and some incidental application of +1/+1 counters to get use out of proliferation. Nothing, but please ignore the mana base other than land count. I know it's bad. I have my best lands tied up in other decks, and I'm deciding which to take apart to salvage lands from. The lands are pretty bad. But if you want me to ignore your mana base, I will. I'll act like every card's a Wooburg land. I'm bad at Magic, so this deck is not running efficiently. Okay, I can help you. Minthara at the end of the day is a curve out aggro deck, which means that we want a lot of cards that come down early and require us not having to hold up mana to use. I'm really not big into Cloud Shifts. I'm a much more of a Ephemerate gamer. Dark Ritual's some dangerous tech, especially for what is ostensibly a fair Magic the Gathering deck. Don't like Gormon, don't like Sun Titan. Bulwark, fucking giant. Dog. Icewind Stalwart out.
The Spark out. Not a big fan. Flicker out. It's okay, but it's not that good. We're not even running Felia. Like, we need to get Felia in here. Life support immediately for this deck. Mother of Runes. We're running Wayfarer's Bauble in our aggro deck. I'm gonna cry. Blade's cute. Orzhov Signet. Like, I want to go 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop Minthara. Is that so wrong? Sword's cute, but it's a little slow. Panharmonicon's super slow. Conjurer's Closet. Oh, Glacial. I want to kill people with Minthara. Hidden Stockpile's fine. Not big into these aristocrat pieces when we should just be like pumping up our board and killing you. Honestly, I might be into like Lingering Souls. Something like this would be a lot of fun, I feel. Adeline. Resplendent Cathar. Think about it like this. Adeline, swing. All these creatures get +X+O. And then they're probably blocking one of the soldiers. That triggers Minthara. That's not nothing. Scouting Hawk. What are we ramping into? It's like we have 1 6-drop in the deck. 4 mana return. No way. Nested Chandler's awesome. Counters on them have first strike. No. There's just better options. Put a counter on target creature. Ugh. Double strike. Fuck yes. I mean, you should be running the cat that has double strike, right? Voice of Victory, stuff like this. Nothing but please ignore the ban. Yeah, Voice should be in then. Devlock and Pack Beast can also be pretty good. So, like these mobilize cards, right? Whenever they attack, they make tokens that are attacking, and then they sacrifice the tokens at the end of turn. Is insane. Avenger of the Fallen. Corrects the number of creature cards in your graveyard. Whenever this creature attacks, make 3 tapped and attacking 1/1s. Splinter. Another non-token make a mutagen. What does mutagen say exactly? I love that they put the rules text on cards still. Avenger, Devlockin. Inspiring Overseer is a little mid. He's okay. Return target creature with sneak from your graveyard to your hand. It's okay. We just have like a lot of bad cards in this deck where they're just not worth the rate you're paying for them. Even Resto I'm not a big fan of here. You know, it works with Warp, so Starfield Shepherd. And then this is also very good with Felia. Adorn Pouncer. Double strike for 2 mana. McCready. McCready doesn't work with Minthara. Read Minthara. Just putting Proliferate on a card isn't that good, in my opinion, because we can just get that at the end of turn. Yeah. Selfless Spirit. Sack this. Creatures in control gain indestructible. Very broken. What's the name of the dog? Antioch Strike Leader. He doesn't have Mobilize, but like it's close. And then as far as cute cards go, you're spoiled for choice. You have Myriad Commander. This card sucks, but it's hilarious. Where's Guide of Souls? A good question. So Iron Will Forger. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you control your commander, target non-legendary creature you control gains Myriad until end of turn. Guide of Souls is broken, of course, yeah. Whenever creatures enter, you get energy, and then you can spend that energy to give creatures flying and +3/+3, or +2/+2 rather. No Mind Stone. And then you can go Hammers of Moradin. This is a myriad creature that protects itself when it attacks. That's very strong. If you want to have some life gain going on, that's fun, absolutely. But I would go more like Angelic Chorus. Right, whenever a creature you control enters, you gain life equal to its toughness. Because I noticed you had the stupid giant in the deck for some reason. If you want life gain that badly, if there's like only burn players you play against, this is the way to do it with myriad creatures. Do you do experience counter Ang? Nah, 5 mana is way too much mana. Viscerous here, it's okay. I don't think we need a lot of help getting the counter every turn. If we feel like that's the case, maybe we could add a Viscerous here, though. Still a few more slots. Bounty Agent. That's a card that sacrifices itself to blow something up. Lord of the Third Path is a good flicker target. Just some like kind of card flow. We could do Cliffside Rescuer. Oh, we have all these keywords, actually. What if we did, like, Audric? Lunarch Marshal. At the beginning of each combat, creatures you control are getting first strike if a creature you control has first strike. The same is true for flying, death touch, trample, double strike, haste, hexproof, indestructible, lifelink, menace, reach, skulk, trample, and vigilance. I want Cathar's Crusade top end. I don't like Cathar's Crusade in this list, I think. We're just... Minthara already makes everything fucking big. Why do we need Cathar's Crusade for? We can run Disciple of Bolas. Sack a creature, gain life equal to its power, and draw X cards. Beautiful. What an inclusion. Curious Farm Animals. Yeah, it's fine. It just costs 2 mana to sacrifice that object, which is 2 mana more than I'm interested in spending most of the time on my cards. Right, like what do we have here? Mother of Runes doesn't ask any more mana after it's played. Aniok Strike Leader doesn't ask any more mana after it's played. Bounty Agent doesn't ask any more mana after it's played. Felia doesn't ask any more mana after it's played. Helpful Spirit doesn't ask any more mana after it's played. Right, like all these cards come down and they start doing things forever, as opposed to they come down and they maybe might do something if you pay 1 or 2 mana. Audric Dispel, Double Strike, all the mobilize stuff, that's awesome. Yeah, I fucking love Audric. Winds of Abandon, very cheap now, and very, very strong in these kind of aggro beat you down decks. We could do like a Kami of False Hope, right? What Kami lets you do is you move to combat, you swing all your creatures, they don't block, and they're going to kill you in the crackback, and then you play Kami, and then you go, okay, pass. All right, sack Kami, you can't hit me back, and then you hit them again, and then they die. Just the first self-sacrifice thing that came to mind. That's fair. Warp doesn't trigger Minthara, correct? It does. At the beginning of your end step, if a permanent controlled... Oh, no, it doesn't. It doesn't. You're right. My fault. Warp does not trigger Minthara. So Starfield Shepherd doesn't work. Starfield Shepherd, as it turns out, still just a good Magic the Gathering card. Okay, so now we can do Doll Maker's Shop, because we kind of go wide. Right. Creatures you control have base power and toughness equal to the number of creatures you control. Cut a Plains for Amaria's Call. And then you go Collector's Cage. You cut a Plains for Windswept Heath. Or Windbrisk Heights, sorry. So, we go wide. We have a lot of attackers. Windbrisk Heights lets you cheat. Collector's Cage lets you cheat. Amaria's Call is a big fucking sorcery that like makes all your creatures indestructible until your next turn. That's really annoying for people to deal with. Or you can cast the Porcelain Gallery half of a Dollmaker Shop instead, which is also a big splashy play that you can do for cheap off of Windbrisk or Collector's Cage. Also keep in mind that Felia is capable of resetting Collector's Cage because she can flicker any non-land permanent. So Collector's Cage works with that. And at that point, honestly, you might want to consider Overlord of the Bale Merc and Overlord of the Mistmoors. because Felly can flicker both of these. And then once you have both of those, you might as well have Flicker Wisp, which not only can reset Collector's Cage and the Overlords, but the Flicker Wisp can also reset Windbrisk Kites as well. Then maybe you do like a Shriekmaw. Shriekmaw, of course, just a good removal spell. Capable of removing something and then triggering Minthara. And then we can also do a Cursed Marauder. And then cap this all off. We're a tokens deck with a low curve. You know what that means? Chthonian Nightmare. And just like that, we have completely encapsulated what it is to be Orzhov aggro. Okay, your lands are really bad. But we were told to ignore them. So if it isn't a fetch land, I'm going to just consider it a 5-color land. Ready? Here we go. Okay, that says no lands. Okay, here we go. Draw. Dink. Next turn. Dink, dink. Bounty Agent. Next turn. 1, 2. Servandum. Sack Evolving Wilds. By the way, there's so many better lands than Evolving Wilds in these things that are still cheap that you could be running. I hope you know them. Anyway, cool. Next turn, Rogue's Passage. 1, 2, 3, 4. Minthara, blow something up that you control. You get an experience counter. You also get a +1/+1 counter on Vondum. Okay, Cabaretti Courtyard gets a Plains. And then that's another experience counter on their end step. And then we can go 1, 2. Adorned Pouncer. 1, 2. A Cursed Marauder. Sack this. Dink. Oh, actually, you can sack Servandum here. And then have him trigger. Because he would be a 4/4 right now. Or 4/3, rather. Dink. 1, 2. Starfield Shepherd. Warp. Get Guide of Souls. Guide of Souls. Once again, we're pretending these are all 5-color lands. Flicker Starfield Shepherd with this. So this is 1, 2. Get Nested Shambler. Think. Swing these at your opponents. Oh, Jesus. You're running some cards. Dink. That's our 3rd energy for Guide of Souls. All of our creatures have +3/+0. You just swing. Like someone's exploding. Crack back. Ink shield them. Like, this feels great. Okay, keepable. Once again, we're pretending these are 5-color lands because I was told not to worry about the land base. But I am very worried. Especially after seeing the rest of the deck too. Adeline. Swing. Okay, make 3 soldiers. And a goblin. Oh, it's humans. My fault. Like, come on. Plains. Selfless Spirit. Fucking swing. For each opponent! Sorry. I didn't realize it was like this. This is turn 4. Dink, give everything indestructible. Nice board wipe. Give everything indestructible. Dog, like, come on. Maybe Fanatical Devotion. This card's pretty good. Attrition's an evil, messed up magic card. These aren't necessarily good enough for the deck, but they are something to think about. Opinions on Vesper Lark here. I don't like cards that reach into my graveyard. I'd rather just play a new threat. Skull Clamp. Give you some treats to think about. You're already on the Skull Clamp. Yeah, Flicker Wisp already in, Disciple already in. Okay, great. I think I'm good to hand this back to you. Hopefully this helped a lot. Bill, your beautiful Minthara deck is going to kill people now. We're not going to be running any more giants that just gain 5 life. No more of this. Where are you? Where is it? It's somewhere in here. I've lost it, but it was certainly a card. Wismare would rock in this deck. Wismare. Is this the one that blows up enchantments? It's fine. Wismare would be okay in this deck, is the correct terminology, I think. Anyway, that does it. That does it. All done. YouTube, thank you for joining.